and welcome back, guys. I have not
Hello,
been live.
guys.
I have not been live in so long.
I know. How have you been? I've missed you.
Hello,
I
everyone.
took some much needed R&R.
It's been a minute, hasn't it, John?
You could say that.
Literally a minute.
But the show must go on.
The
So
show
here-
must go on.
That's right. And
So-
what a show it was. Lots happening in that world,
Yes,
a
there
whole
is.
lot. A whole lot.
and I'm here for it.
Hey, Susie. Hey, Smiley.
Let's say hi, everybody. Michelle, Pam K, Pipsqueak, Ruth Ann, Julie, Sherry, France, Smiley, Perfectly, Susie Q, Christina B, Just Another Story, Mish, Chris, send it, got that one already. Rhonda, Ellie, Melissa S, Roro, Susie Bella,
Pam.
Lid. I think that's it. Right? I think we're good.
Think we're good.
Susie Bella. Hello. Sorry. I'm like,
Rita.
we're like trying to fix this. We're going to try to fix it.
Yeah, so let's talk about some Sister Wives. Because that was a fun show last night.
I don't even know where to start. I mean, it's getting good.
It really is. Sorry, I'm like a little peckish, so I'm going to be eating.
That's okay.
Do you?
There we go.
I got it.
This is finally picking up steam.
Oh,
you
it
know?
picked up and took off, Wicked.
Oh yeah, it's like it's like the 747. It's like boom, just more like a naval carrier jet taking off.
Yeah.
You know?
And like just a complaint about like pasta salad, because I love pasta salad like
Okay.
so much. It's like one of like my biggest things. And like this costs like $5. A
Wow.
little tiny thing.
What? Let me see. Wow.
Like, $5.
Wow.
And I can make my own, and I know how to do it really well. But like, it's like a process, and
Is it good at least?
mine's better. But it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
I don't like
Um,
pasta salad, Ad. I always feel like it's not good.
Oh, you have to try mine because it's really good. But I don't know. I like anything with vinegar. So anyhow, it's so expensive.
Everything. What's not expensive?
Like a quarter pound, $5 for a quarter pound of pasta salad.
What exactly
Wow.
is not expensive right now?
You can go to like the store and get like a half box of tricolor pasta. Throw some vinegar in it and seasonings, and boom, you have pasta salad for like months. It's
That is true.
me being lazy and not wanting to go through all that because it's some work.
Right. Because it's come to them in like this 5-gallon bucket and they just scoop it out. And there you go. There's your $5.99.
But if you want to make good pasta salad, and Brooklyn, I think you'd appreciate this one.
Yeah.
You get use some white wine vinegar and like the Four Seasons, the seasoning kit.
That's what I use.
There you go. See,
That's exactly how I make it.
and a little bit of olive oil. You just bake
Yeah.
you boil the pasta, and then you let it cool, and then you put your vinegar, your olive oil, your Four Seasons, and
Yep.
you let it cool, and then like you eat it the next day. Let it sit for a while and marinate.
That's exactly how I make it.
It's delicious. So, all right, let's get into.
All righty. Let's do this.
I'm going to play the intro. That one on.
He is. He's fabulous. And he's on the inside.
That one on. Remind me to take all my Paul stuff down off everything, by the way.
Oh, I cannot take it anymore.
I literally saw that. I'm like, oh, he's gonna want to update that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have MTT like redo my intro because I need to omit him from the record. Ugh.
I literally can't take it anymore.
Yeah, it's we're not gonna talk about that.
Okay, so it's Christmas time in Flagstaff.
Still.
Still.
For a hot minute.
So it's been 10 days since Janelle and Cody had their like big blowout fight, and no one's talked to each other.
And how weird is that, by the way? Like, how weird is it to not talk to your husband, even if you're fighting on Christmas?
Right. Because Cody's ego won't allow him. I mean, he admits it, like, hey, maybe I was a jerk and maybe I should apologize, but you know, it's not going. He's
Sorry,
never
I feel weird eating on camera,
It's
so
okay.
I'm gonna shut my camera off real quick.
It's a stinking ass ring light for.
So then, you know, you see Janelle having like this very like, you know, touching confessional where she's pretty much crying, saying like, I can't believe this is my life. I can't believe I'm 50. I can't believe I have nothing. At
Right.
least Christine walked
Yeah.
away with the house, you know, and Janelle was always a smart one. I'm not saying
And
she's
that's what I was talking about on the last live, like how she always made the money, worked her butt off, and at this stage of the game to have nothing, it's insane.
you know, and you know, she's saying like, you know, her money's tied up in, you know, the Cayo Pass, which I think is Rita. Rita, is Cayo Pass still in foreclosure?
Oh,
Like,
snap. I didn't know that. That would
I think
surprise me, though.
Rita would know.
Know that either.
It was
Might as
either
well
in
let it.
foreclosure or close to being in foreclosure because they made
I
that
mean-
very clear that like, you know, that there's still a part of that property that they can't pay off.
At
Well-
this point, it should be, because what are they doing with it? Nothing.
Here's a fun fact that I know is true in my state. So I'm going to assume that it's the same in other states. But if like someone owes back taxes on their property, you can legitimately go pay the back taxes and that property is yours.
That's not true in New York at all.
Yeah, that it's
Well, we're
true
talking
that way
about
here.
Arizona.
Yeah, so interesting. No, it's
Very-
great.
that is very
is paid
okay.
in full now.
With the price of taxes on Long Island, you could own everybody's house.
Oh my God, like
Can
Long
you
Island's my
imagine if
home.
that was the case?
I can't even afford to live on Long Island, which I want to live.
Believe me, I know all about it. I do live in Long Island.
Rita says it's owner finance, so it's at the discretion of the original owner if they want to foreclosure. So it's two different answers. I don't know.
Gotcha.
I don't know which one. Huh? I don't know. And like, you know, Robin's got her bougie, like what, 5-acre house, right?
Yes.
And Janelle had the fifth wheel, and now her rental and whatnot.
We've never seen Mary's house. We're going to assume that she has one.
Yeah,
Other than-
we've
I
seen
think
it
we
with
saw
this-
her like her house for like a hot second, like two
We
seasons
did.
ago.
We did. A hot second is what it is.
But I don't think it was a house. I think it was like an apartment. Because wasn't Mary living like in downtown Flagstaff, right? And like in like the village, and she was so happy about it.
Yeah, I
Might be
think
right.
we did see her house for
Yeah.
a hot minute, her actual house, but not much. Then COVID happened, and that was that.
There we go.
I don't know what's to believe here. Janelle said it's seller finance.
Yeah, I do remember because she did say that basically they had to come up with money this year because the seller had financed it and was carrying the loan. And he basically like, you know, come on, chop, chop. I've been carrying this loan long enough.
Oh, wow.
Because you figure 5 years and I mean, they haven't even started building. So they're just still paying off the land.
It's true. They haven't done anything at all.
And then I know
I would have thought they would have bought the land outright first.
True. Because like in our old neighborhood, there is a person who lived across the street, and legitimately their house is still under construction. And it's been under construction for, we lived there 36 years. It's been under construction a good 25.
I mean, that's what happens when you run out of money.
Well, and he's also financing it as he goes, but since it's considered new construction, he doesn't have the deadlines to say, like our other neighbor, he put a front porch and he had to have that finished within 6 months with like the plans and everything.
Right.
So he's like, I have to have mine done in 6 months, and Bozo down the street is, 20 plus years and still building it.
Right.
So the consensus is that it's paid off now in 2023, but let's not forget that these episodes were filmed 2 years ago. So what we're watching now is footage of 2021.
Yeah.
Which I still don't understand how Sister Wives can be like so behind the times in filming and how they air it. But
you think that they're gonna like speed up now? Like, you think that they're gonna like show 2 years in one season? Because how could they not show the Christine's engaged? I think they're gonna do that.
They got to catch up. I mean,
right.
If they don't, I get mad that watching 2-year-old footage. I'm like, oh, but we know so much more now.
Right.
But, the scenes are still good. I just don't understand why it takes so long for them to edit the footage, put it to air. So,
right.
All right. So then we have what's going on next?
Janelle says she's packing. It's been 10 days. She packed all of his stuff up. He wants a civil discussion, which I had to laugh because he's the one who's like constantly screaming.
Yeah.
Right.
But, she's like, I packed his stuff up. If he can come and get it, he can come and get it. Or I'll put it in storage. And then after so long, I'm just going to give it away.
Like, I mean, she's obviously like very much done.
Very much.
She's done and he's very much done.
And but then she says stuff like, this is, and I guess, people's religion. Like, I know and I'm jumping way ahead, but just as a for instance, so she's like, I still believe in this. I still want to live a polygamous lifestyle. And
I likened it very much to being Catholic. Like, I'm Catholic. I still believe in the Catholic Church.
I'm Catholic.
But I'm not a practicing Catholic.
Yeah.
So,
by practicing, I don't go to church.
Right. And that's what I mean. It's been a hot minute since I've been in communion or anything like that. But, I would still regard myself as Catholic.
Right.
Brooklyn, you're Catholic. I know you are.
Yes, I am Catholic.
So
I'm a Roman.
The Catholic crew here. That's what we got going on right now.
Yes, I am Roman Catholic, and I am pretty. I'm not gonna say I'm a holy roller, but I'm pretty in my faith. Yeah.
It takes time. Like when you put the work in, and doing the sacraments and stuff. Yeah. Although I don't go to church religiously, so to say.
But Brooklyn, you've got younger kids, so I mean they're like all in the CCD.
So I mean, my son's older, so he's done with all his sacraments. He's a teenager. My daughter's almost done with all her sacraments, but they did religion every week. Religion. Well, we call it religion here, but I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Because Catholics.
I went to Catholic school, so religion was every day. Yeah. So it's different for me.
Yeah. Catholics don't do Bible study.
No, it's like religion. Yeah, that's what they call it in New York, anyways. So
I get that. So I get that, she's like, okay, this is my faith. This is part of me, but I'm really not practicing. So does it really mean that I am divorced? She doesn't know what she is right now.
She's a little lost is what she is.
She's very lost.
She's a little lost.
And again, Cody's like, I see her as the mean one. It's like, Cody, dude, hold up a mirror. I wonder if they ever watch back the shows and he ever wants to look at himself and think, am I the dick that because he admits that later in the episode, but it's like,
And then you flash to Christine's house, and she's like, "Fa la 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 la."
She is a pig in. You know what? She's never been happier in her life. That one.
She was throwing tinsel.
She's like, "Why didn't I do
"Merry
this years
Christmas,
ago?"
bitches."
I did find that funny because she was like, this is fantastic. I don't have to worry about anyone. I'm
That's
going to open the presents. We're going to have fun. We're going to play games.
Well, listen, they had holidays with so many people.
Yeah.
So many people. And now to have it simplified like that, like she's getting to feel what that's like.
Christine's
Yeah,
like,
so-
"I got a gift for you." Ba-ra-ba-ba-bum. She's like, Christina just loving life. Good for her.
Yeah. So, can we talk? So we get to the point where it's finally Christmas Eve. I don't know how we're 17 episodes in and it's just now Christmas Eve. Ari, who is 7 years old
With the makeup.
with a pacifier.
Oh, I didn't see that, Wicked. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I didn't see the pacifier. I saw the makeup.
No. So she's walking around with a pacifier. So the way that I'm figuring it is it's just for bedtime.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So in
This is
a
why I
couple
don't
of
eat on
years-
camera. Sorry.
okay.
Sorry.
No. So I think it's just for bedtime because they were playing on the table and they knocked something over and you could hear Robin saying, "Okay, now that's not enough." And when she's
I'm
twirling
surprised
her
we were in
dress-
Robin's house to begin with.
Right. And
We
when
finally
she's
saw
twirling her
Robin's
dress-
house, like the inside of it.
Right.
Mhm.
You
You
must
can
have hid all
see-
the people that she's hiding in there for, like, for one night.
Right. So she does have, and don't at me because I'm just speaking facts here. She does have a small speech impediment because of the pacifier.
Yes, I believe that would be the case.
And when in 2-3 years, when it's time for her to get braces, I don't want to hear him go, "Oh my God, are you going to get braces?" Because guess what? You're letting her suck a pacifier at 7 years old.
Well,
That
I'm
is
surprised
not
you
good for your
haven't
palate.
perfect
Well, don't
mom.
forget that, like, this is also 2-year-old, 2 years ago.
So hopefully she's not with her pacifier anymore because that would make her 9.
Oh
Wow.
Lord. Like, I got off the bottle at age 5, and like I would not give my bottle up. I wouldn't give it up. I wouldn't, but I don't know.
I mean, like Coco and Iced Tea, they said that her daughter still occasionally breastfeeds. That's fine. They got the money for therapy. Cody Brown has gotten 97 kids and doesn't have the money for therapy.
Yeah. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
97 kids, but at Christmas time, it seems like he has 5.
That's very true. Because I watched it the first time and I'm like, did she have a pacifier? And then when I rewatched it again, I was like, oh yeah, because you can tell where like the editing, because she's like, they're doing the breakfast thing, but Avalon and McKelty and Isabel, who I thought were super duper nice for showing up.
Okay, so let's make this clear about her age. She was born in 2016. So now we're watching footage from, I guess, 2021. So that would make her 5 at the time.
No.
Still too old to have a
for
pacifier.
Well, no, John, you're watching 2022 because a week later it's 2022. So she was 6, and that's really old for a pacifier, John.
Right.
No, I'm not. No,
Even if she's
listen.
5, it's
I
too old.
just want to get the facts out there correctly.
Past
We're not
3.
liars here on this channel.
I mean, if
So
you
I
see
just
a
wanted to
3-year-old,
make sure that, like, we have the right.
if you see a 3-year-old with one, you're like, uh-oh, that's got to go. Come on, that's not cool. It's going to affect the growth of the teeth.
All right, so she was born January. Look at my fact finders here. What a team we have. She was born January 10th, 2016. So yeah, that would put her
So she's 6.
at
She's
6.
still 5.
At 6. Well,
She's
she's a week from 6. So,
Yeah. So she's Christmas
she's
at 5.
6 years old.
Still too old.
Way too old.
And it just yeah, because if a child is old enough to say, "Mommy, where's my pacifier?" she's too old.
Well, in that house, they just Cody just lets them do whatever they want because that's his perfect family.
Of
That's
course.
very true.
It is. I'm not kidding. I feel like in that house, he will not argue with any of those children because without them, he's over.
True.
That's it. That's all he's got left.
So, she's 6 for all reasons. She literally 5, but she's 6 because her
Right.
birthday is 10 days away, right? So, and again, and I can't speak, guys, and I've been warned because
Yes, please don't
People-
speak about children, John.
people have
because you might
said,
get arrested.
well, thank you. I wasn't going in that direction, but thanks.
Oh,
for saying
John,
that.
at this point, I feel like if you pick your nose, the sirens are down the block. They are coming for you.
But I have been told that because I have cats, they're not my children. And, I've always said that not only are cats better than children, they're smarter and more responsibility.
They are much cheaper. Much cheaper. You know what, John? Cats are not like children at all. You know something? They're better. They don't answer you back. They don't cost you a fortune.
Oh, our cats cost us a fortune. I can tell you that.
Oh, well, that's probably true.
Not not in the, but again, what do I know? I don't have kids, so I can't speak on that.
Well, I will tell you as someone who has children, at 6 years old, a pacifier is not ideal. But moving on.
So I should take the pacifier out of Georgie's mouth.
I mean,
because
at
he's-
this point, that's why you're a bad parent. You see, and that's why I'm calling the police. I'm calling the Seaside Heights police for that pacifier.
Call him right now, and then
Endanger
also make sure that you call.
cat.
Make sure you call PETA as well.
I'm
You
gonna
know-
call for endangerment of a feline.
Call my Seaside
I
Heights
just want it to
police.
sound better.
Call PETA and call that cat whisperer guy. What's his name?
Listen, I'll tell you right now, if I call your police department, they're gonna make a visit for that one. I know for sure they're coming for the cat.
Caesar
Sorry.
guy, call him. Because
You're funny.
make sure you cover your bases.
So, Wicked, is that how is your cable?
It's fine now.
Okay.
Why?
No, I didn't know if you cut out.
Oh no, that was actually my hairdresser calling me saying I can't
Oh,
get
well,
to you
answer
for a
that
while."
phone call. That's important.
I know. I thought of you because she's like, I'm
Answer
so
that
bored.
phone call.
I know.
No, who's
She's
like the cat whisperer guy, like that Caesar guy? What's his name?
Yeah,
Caesar
it-
Milan?
Yeah,
Come
is that
on.
the cat whisperer?
He's the
Yeah.
dog whisperer, but okay.
Oh, well,
He's an animal whisperer.
that shows you
Yeah,
how much
that's
of a
lie.
neglectful
Another
parent I am.
lie.
I don't even know
Caesar.
the dog whisperer from the cat. But
To
who's
be
the guy with the
honest-
show with the cats?
You know, to be honest, John, this is my major problem with you. You're just a liar, and I can't stand it anymore. I'm getting off the panel.
I'm finally being exposed.
One more lie
for-
tonight, and I'm gone. You heard me, Wicked, right?
I did. I might
Okay.
have to join you because
One more lie.
One more.
Go ahead, John. Watch what you say. Too funny.
Okay.
I'm gonna sneak in a lie at some point in the
Ah!
rest of my life. Let's see.
Thinking Caesar
Oh,
Milan
so
was the cat.
Jackson Galaxy. Who the hell is that? That's the cat whisperer. That's a stupid name. Jackson Galaxy.
Jackson Galaxy.
Who is
I
that?
do
That
remember that Cats from Hell, like they were
Cats from
possessed.
Hell. That's right.
that's that guy, the Cats from Hell.
Yeah.
Jackson Galaxy.
Wicked, I have to say your hair.
By the way,
makeup is
guys,
stunning.
me, Jackson Galaxy,
you.
and Cody
Yeah.
are doing an OnlyFans together, and
Oh, great.
using him.
Thank you. We got to get the hair, it's hopefully she gets cancellation before October, but that's okay.
And we're gonna have Caesar Milan, the dog whisperer, come in as a guest actor. So there's
And guys,
that.
if he doesn't come, you know what we have to do.
Well, listen, me, Jackson, and Cody are like, it's our 3 cats, and me, Cody, and Jackson, and it's gonna be a whole big thing in OnlyFans. And then Caesar Milan, he's gonna come with a poodle and judge us. So
Can I ask how we got here from pacifiers?
I don't know.
This is what happens to
I
us.
was on a phone call.
This is what happens to the 3 of us nut jobs.
That So okay, so we go on. So Christine, like, she's all about the day and the family. Robin has this Dickens collection because
Oh my God, Wicked! I didn't know what you were going to say just
I
now.
me too.
Oh my God!
Me too.
I
You
was
said
gonna
Robin
say,
has
not
this dick
Wicked.
upper. Like,
I was like, what? That was funny.
Yeah, she has the Dickens Village, and she has it because it makes Cody happy. And then Cody talks about how he would love to be Ebenezer Scrooge and have the ability to forecast 5 years in the future. It's like, honey, Father Christmas, check at present time. You're screwing up.
How about the fact that you could have watched the show 3 years ago and know it was going to happen this year for Christmas? How about that?
Like my Department 56 display is better than what Robin had up there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
But to get serious for a second, it really was sad to see this man with 72 children having a holiday and telling America that for that day, in order for him to enjoy himself, he is going to put his family that's not there out of his mind and
Right.
only enjoy who's in his house. I have to tell you, I have 2 brothers. One is passed, and it's me and my brother. But anyway, I'm married. My brother's married. So if well, for example, my mother asked me yesterday, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? She likes to know right away, make her plans. And if we're with my in-laws and we're not there this year, they're sad. And that day I'll stop there because they feel like, we're missing. I can't imagine missing 3/4 of your family and just making believe they don't exist for that day.
Well, he's sucking it up because his bank account is of love, which sounds just creepy, is empty. But he's trying extra hard for Robin's kids.
I don't get it. It's strange. It's disgusting, Smiley. You're right.
Because at the one point it looks like they're celebrating Christmas without McKelty and Isabel and Truly, but then it kind of looks like they are because they're in Flagstaff. Because I thought Christine was in Flagstaff. I don't know. It's like
well, even if she was in Flagstaff, her car won't drive to that house.
True.
We know that.
I really felt like we all know that Cody's failing as a father and a husband. But it's like nothing was stopping him from going over to Christine's to say hi to his children. It's their responsibility.
Say hi to Savannah.
It's like, no, it's not. It's your job as a parent. Like, you have one goal in life when you are a parent.
Right. That's
you
right.
want to raise your children not to be assholes, because if they're an asshole, then they blame you.
Well, if your kids are assholes, the what does that say? The apple don't fall too far, right?
Exactly.
And like John said, what about Savannah? What did she do to him? Janelle's daughter.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Well, what about Truly?
No, well, Truly. No,
Truly's. No. Yeah, no, but Truly's in Utah. So,
but
we're
again, these are all his children.
But I felt bad for Savannah. And when the kids were talking and they were like, yeah, we really thought we would be bothered more by this whole Christmas without the family, but we're good with it. Like, we have the family that we're happy with. So we're going to nurture those relationships.
Me growing up, I never had any contact with my dad until I was older. So Christmases and birthdays and whatnot went past. I never heard anything. So when Janelle was like, well, it's the parents' job to, try to find their kids, I was very like, you know what, Janelle, you're right. But I don't want to go down that road. I'm just saying, like, for me, it was, I had a parent that didn't.
Right. You're right. But Janelle's right. We are the parents. I brought my children into this world. It is my job to make them know how much I love them as much as I can. It's also my job to be present in their lives.
Right.
I brought them here. They didn't ask me to come here.
Right.
You know, and I think like the older kids, you know, like the married kids, I'll say, not the older kids, the married kids, you know, it's how do I want to say this? I think it's on them, if you will, to make that relationship with the dad, because you don't know what they're doing. And, you know, they're married. I mean, heck, Maddie's on the other side of the country, you know, but it's still up to him to reach out to her because he now has great grandchildren. And
He has
Logan,
grandchildren.
you know, and it just, Cody's just a turd.
Do you really think that Cody knows his grandchildren?
No.
He probably sees them once or twice a year, but they probably don't go to him. They probably don't. He doesn't know them.
I'm going to venture to say that Maddie and McKelty, who are the only two with children right now, correct?
No, there's more, I think. Isn't there more?
No,
Maddie is Janelle's daughter, and McKelty is Christine's.
but they're the only one with children.
Christine lives. McKelty lives in like St. George, which isn't that far from Flagstaff, and then Maddie lives like in North Carolina. So I can understand if Cody can't see McKelty's grandkid, you know, his grandkids from McKelty all the time because you know it's on the other side of the country. But there should be no reason why Cody can't see.
Right. And I'm going to venture to say that McKelty and Maddie probably send pictures to him on a regular, like, you know, oh, here's new pictures of the baby. They
And
got
maybe
him
they
in group
do,
chat.
but
Boom, there you go.
But do you ever I follow both of them on social media. You
Never mention
hear
them.
You never hear them say, my dad's coming. Well, you never hear him saying, I'm going to go over to so-and-so's house to go visit my grandbabies, ever.
And you don't even, I don't follow Cody or Robin, but they also don't post that many pictures of, you know, you see Christine posting pictures of her grandchild,
Right, exactly.
and you see Matt, you know, you see that with Janelle, but you don't see that with.
No.
Hey J Freak, you know, and like, you know, Logan just got married, so I'm gonna assume that we'll see like grandkids from Logan.
No. Janelle said he told people he's very happy. I don't think the children are in the forecast for them.
Oh, okay.
So Logan doesn't want kids.
Yeah, because, you know, Janelle made a post about it pretty much like right after, let's see, who recently, when Gwendolyn got married. And she was like, I know you all have seen the pictures, and I'm here to tell you right now, Logan's not having kids. You're not expecting him anytime soon. He's quite happy where he is.
All right, well, you know, that's
he's going to be the
for everybody.
that's
maybe
fine.
He'll get a cat.
Maybe he'll get 3.
There
or
you go.
goldfish. You never know.
You never know.
You never know. But
Okay.
it did suck, you know, but, you know, Cody buys these mini bikes.
But wait, no, you're skipping across like, you know, the whole like Janelle's house, like, you know, with the kids with the lasagna. That lasagna did not look anything like that I ever want to put in my mouth. Sorry, Janelle, I love you.
Isn't it ravioli? Oh no, that was
Brooklyn.
Maggie.
What was your thoughts on that lasagna that
So they listen. They are from what, Utah? Like they don't make lasagna in the whole state of Utah. Like, you know,
Utah? Is it
You
Utah?
know? They live in
Utah?
Utah. And then it's like Mary made the lasagna with the ravioli. I mean, I'm surprised she could even.
No,
say the
she
word
made it with
ravioli.
the butterfly pasta, not the
the butterfly pasta. And I'm like, I'm surprised she even knows the word lasagna.
But that lasagna, like, did not look like anything like what they were
Very,
smearing.
very interesting.
Well, Mary's was called.
It was like decomposed lasagna.
Like, yeah, but she really didn't call it lasagna. It was something macaroni and cheese. And then
like you see them like pouring the ragu over it. I'm like, oh,
like
not the ragu.
Christine, like it looked like there was some kind of it looks like she blended it all together and just lasagna, and it's supposed to be layered. It's just like,
yeah,
it looked terrible.
They should stick to the rolls.
I'd be like, give me any bread and water. I'm good with that.
Oh. But it was sad to see how they had.
And I did think it sucked for Mary because, you know, every year she did these Christmas jammies and, you know, they're not even getting the Christmas jammies anymore.
Hibbity bibbity, lasagna, thank you. I'm going to have to call the police on someone across the pond tomorrow. Should I be like, oh, hibbity bibbity, this is Joan Yates.
I think you should.
Definitely.
But, you know, now they're switching to blankies. And, you know, we have a family member that gets us a blanket every year. And I love it, you know, but.
How many blankets can you have?
Well, you know, because typically they're like more seasonal. Sometimes they're fun. But again, how many can you have?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the group she gets everyone. So, you know,
like the kids are like, oh, yeah. Like they open up like a Nintendo.
No,
like,
she doesn't even.
Oh, my God, a blanket. Like, come on.
No, we know 100% we're getting a blanket every year.
Like,
because she also gets the guys' jammies for Christmas morning. They get pants.
Also, I wonder another thing I was thinking watching this episode is, does Cody get his kids gifts? Like, do you think he gets all of his children gifts?
I would think they would each give them, like, maybe each house has a budget, and I don't think he's picking any of the gifts out except
but like I don't think that he gave Savannah or Gabe or Garrison or Hunter or I don't think he gave any of, like, you know.
That's what I'm saying. It would be meant if he did. Like, somebody would say, like, oh, for Christmas we got, or I don't know. I don't think he does.
Yeah, it would seem to be like a well-coordinated effort.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that, like, you know, whatever Cody does give, like, is sponsored and was sent to him, and say, like, these scooters. Oh, hey, everybody, big surprise, scooters!
They'd be lucky to get a scooter, I think.
And Robin's like, I don't agree with oh, shut up, Robin. Like, you know.
They have that wide open field that they call Coyote Pass. I mean, the kids can't get hurt there.
But how far is Robin's house from Coyote Pass?
I don't know.
Like, can they get on there like scooters and like ride over there to where the dry lake is? And
I don't think so.
Coyote Pass is like the boulevard of broken dreams, really. Like, it really is. You know, the dried lake, the Christine's essence that's been missing. You know, I don't know.
Think about it. At this state in the game, what is there to build on Coyote Pass but one house?
Yeah.
That's it. They don't need it. They have a big house. They could stay in Robin's house and sell the property. It's over.
Robin's lie about the other kids not reaching out to her kids to do anything is just.
You know what? She was in that group chat. She's like, oh, if I would have known that they would have stopped over, I really pressured Cody into it.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, you were part of their group chat.
Right.
Get back in that group chat and say, okay, boys, girls, please stop over on Christmas. I'll make sure your dad is nice to you.
Yeah, she's not.
Because I'm the good mom. I'm the cool mom. I'm Robin.
Right. I'm the good mom.
She knows exactly.
I came into this family and wanted you all to work for me, not me work for you guys.
Like, did you guys want a little bit of eggnog in your drink? Because if you're going to drink, I'd rather you drink here. Like, that's like. That's
I really, for a long time, liked Robin. I felt bad for her. And nowadays, I don't know. I don't know what to feel.
Yeah, there was a couple things that, like, got me off Team Robin. The first one was the group text.
Welcome, Paula.
Welcome, Paula. But there, you know, Robin talks out of both sides of her mouth. You know, she and Cody are very well suited for each other because, you know, Cody doesn't want to take responsibility for anything that he's done to damage this family. But, you know, Robin's not helping because trust and believe if Robin was like putting her foot down and said, Cody, you're going to call your kids, you're going to make this right, and we're going to be a happy family or die trying, then guess what? They're going to die trying.
Again, I don't think she's that into all that.
No.
I don't. I really don't. And I wonder how their marriage is going to do, because she keeps saying how she didn't sign up for monogamy. She signed up for polygamy.
Right.
So I wonder how that's going now, you know?
But did she really? Because, I mean, she was in a monogamous relationship. Then she gets into this plural family.
Well,
But
but
she
that's
doesn't
what she
really do
wanted.
anything to help integrate herself to the family.
Well, I mean, according to her, nobody really welcomed her.
And did anyone pick up on like how like Robin's house looked like Macy's showroom? like I'm surprised there wasn't lingerie and the juniors department there.
Oh, I was too busy by the laundry basket.
And then the balls, because Mary's there, right? Like a bump on a log. Poor Mary. I couldn't even imagine what was going through her mind when she was there. And Robin and Cody are saying, "Well, Mary's here," and Cody saying, "Well, this is me and Robin's house."
Right. She's very sorry that he cannot openly call Robin in public.
And Robin's like, "Well, I tried to be, I don't want to be too romantic with Cody in front of Mary." And Mary's like, and Cody says the same thing. And Mary's like, "God, he is such a poor liar and actor." And you have Mary sitting there, the first wife, saying that she feels like the other woman on Christmas. Wow.
I'm going to be interested to see next week, because I think this is when I think that Robin has been telling her the whole time, Cody, he changes his mind every day, keep trying. And I think Christmas is like her, I'm done with this. I'm out. Deuces. It's been a great time. Of course, TLC has always tricked us before. So it could be that she's just going to Parowan for the weekend.
I don't know about that.
Then it's Christmas Day, and Janelle's saying that I hope that, Cody will reach out to Savannah because she's done nothing, which is accurate.
And does she? We don't know. Does he? We don't know.
Well, we didn't hear in this episode.
I think her kids would have been like, yeah, my dad reached out and, wanted us to stop by.
Someone would have said something.
Gabe. Yeah, especially Gabe. I don't think Gabe would have been like, and Peyton would have definitely lit the torch. So I don't think it's just weird.
And then you have the kids, Janelle's kids in the confessional saying no big shock, our dad sucks, which whatever. And then we have this whole 10-minute diatribe about crepes. Who cares?
A French burrito. Cody,
I thought that was weird to put that in the episode.
Right?
Really I feel like there's so much going on. He's losing his whole family. Wives are leaving left and right, and we're gonna have a whole segment on crepes.
Because they're still quirky and fun, and look at Cody, he's making crazy
so hard
crepes.
With that.
He's such a crazy man. That he puts weird stuff in his crepes. I was like, ugh.
And Mary's like, I've never known this man to eat crepes in my life. Who is this person? But yeah, and what I did find, I'll say heartbreaking, is that Janelle's kids were like, we thought we would really be bothered by not seeing Dad.
Right. How sad is that?
We're okay with it. And then they're like, we have our family unit and we're celebrating with the family we want to celebrate with. We're not going to any place that we're not wanted. We have to work for nothing. Sorry about your luck, Dad.
Oh, wait. Didn't we catch the pill bottles in Robin's counter?
No.
I didn't.
What kind of bottles are we talking here?
Can I get a timestamp? I'll play it right now.
Exactly. I even watched it twice.
Where in this coverage?
Yeah, what are we talking here? I need some details.
Yeah.
What's Robin popping?
Yeah.
Poppin' Robin.
Poppin' Robin. Doot, doot, doot.
Oh,
Poppin'
God.
Robin. It's Sobbin' Robin and Poppin' Robin, I guess now.
All right, hold on. Is it
Well,
towards the
mine-
end of the episode? Beginning of the episode?
I don't know.
It's all supplements, like whole stores. Oh, like
Oh, that's
Okay.
boring.
yeah.
I
Okay.
want to
Cody
see her
Beverly.
on like
I was
Percocet,
hoping for better,
lithium,
Wicked.
Prozac. That's what I was hoping to hear
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah, Robin probably, gives her kids Benadryl every day, whether they need it or not.
I
just to-
was thinking like like those like orange prescription bottles with some drugs in them. Like that's what I was thinking. Like vitamins.
yeah.
See
They could be like Lisa Rinna and carry around their baggie. Like this is
Yeah.
vitamin E.
Yeah, like Lisa Rinna's bag of pills. So, all right. So then, oh God. Then again, I don't know why Cody wants to invest his best time with Cross-eyed Pete. What's his name? I know.
I don't even know. I just have friend.
Cross-eyed brother-in-law.
He is so unattractive. Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Mary. So he's married. He married Mary's sister. So that makes them brother-in-laws. Good old cross-eyed Pete. That's my name for him. And again, Cody needs his like man time with his men. Testosterone Tuesday on Christmas Day. Like
With what advice he was going to give, I don't know. What is he going to tell you? His life don't look so hot.
Okay.
what a waste
Nathan.
of time.
His name is Nathan.
Wall-eyed Willie. There you go.
And Cody and Nathan are talking about this sacred loneliness. How
And then you see Christine say sacred loneliness.
and God love Janelle. She's like, yeah, I've heard of it, but like no one ever really uses this term.
Sacred loneliness. What is? And Mary's like, I never heard of
That's
that.
funny.
Yeah, but then he does say, can he be a plural monogamous? Cody does. Because he wants the idea of this polygamous family, which I don't think he does. But he doesn't want to nurture the relationships, which is what Christine tells him. Everyone has to feed into this, unit every day, and you have to nurture it just like any other relationship. If you don't, it's going to go by the wayside.
Yeah.
Cross-eyed Pete.
I think that him and Cross-eyed Pete are gonna try for a spinoff.
Yeah.
Oh, please no.
I'd be
Oh,
like,
wow.
like I'm looking at Pete. I'm like, re-wet Pete. Like,
Like the only thing that he did say was that, like the wives have to grieve the sister wife. But, apparently Robin doesn't have to because she's never integrated to the family. And Mary's the only one grieving because Christine and Janelle are like, yeah, we're still hanging.
oh wait, what's this here? What's this, Lisa G? Did you notice the
You
painting
noticed the painting on the wall,
Robin
but-
for 15,000?
No way. What painting?
Did she have some like Rembrandts on there? Like, what does she have on the wall?
Although I'm not surprised her house is worth a couple mil.
Oh, yeah. See, there's my non-15K picture that I just got.
Oh, I love that, Wicked. It's beautiful. It matches the wall perfect.
It does.
Yeah.
Look at Wicked really putting into her background, getting ring lights
I
and,
know.
and Rembrandts for like my little rinky-dink show here.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's Picasso's cousin.
How did you know? How did you notice the picture on her wall, though, Lisa?
Yeah.
Or how much it was worth, anyway?
Yeah, like what is this artwork that's worth 15K?
Yeah.
And I'm no art connoisseur. Like I don't
I've
know
got
art from anything. I couldn't tell you.
two limited edition pictures over there. I don't think they're going to draw 15K. I might have to Google them just to find out.
Thank you, Ashley. Oh, like, if I saw the Mona Lisa, I'd be like, okay, Da Vinci made that. And that's pretty much my extent
Yeah.
of like art. Like, never a big thing for me. So I have no idea what anything's worth.
I have no
at all.
concept whatsoever.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
Like Michelangelo made like the Sistine Chapel. I know that.
Yeah.
If you say so, I'll believe you.
Our good old TikTok.
Like
So
my
Laura says-
artwork is from the finest Target and Walmart.
Oh,
art
that's like
gallery.
bottom of the barrel. You got to go to
No,
Home
I'm sorry.
Goods.
I lied. My rope bridge is from IKEA.
Home Goods
okay?
and Home Sense is where the finer quality art lies.
My rope bridge is from IKEA, and also my tree background is also from IKEA. So that's like very bougie for me. Okay,
Yeah.
like that costs $150.
You
so,
realize I am the richest
a lot of
person
money
on this
for art.
live.
You realize what?
You do realize I am the richest person on this live, correct?
We
By
know.
far, we know.
If you guys think for 1 second you're richer than me,
Not the wall
Just
means.
yes,
I wonder if I pay you to be on this show, Brooklyn, because I do pay John.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
well, when I found out how much you were paying John, I was like, well, don't expect that money from me.
Oh, Brooklyn, shut up. You know you paid for my attorneys and everything else.
Yeah, one attorney,
I
and I
work at
cut
the
you.
law office. I
Listen,
got you a discount.
I said one attorney, and I cut you off there. Now you're asking me to get you a house and shit. I mean, come on.
Well, listen, like I know how to use people and monopolize them.
Seriously,
so
you want? I'm not
clearly-
buying you a house. You texted me twice today about this. You have to
I
find
did.
your
I
own house,
want,
John
like,
Yates.
I don't think it's a lot to ask a friend to buy me a house.
Now
in
because the
cash.
whole world knows
No.
I'm rich, he wants a house.
You
Can I
know,
just
like I
admit something
don't
right
think
here?
there's like anything wrong with that.
Can we be truthful for a moment?
Sure.
I don't know.
John is the benefactor of my 401k
Yes,
and my
well,
life insurance policy.
Wicked.
if I go missing- Talk to old Yates there.
You know he's just gonna buy his cat a gold collar with that money, right?
Exactly. But hey.
That's all he's gonna do. He's gonna waste it.
it's gonna be my lighting department for like the next threesome I have with Paul. So we're gonna get a full set.
Please don't mention that name here.
But
I hired who's an old time porn guy? I hired Ron
Ron
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
I hired him to direct and also produce and maybe star a little bit in it because
Is he still alive though?
And then also Jenna
Well,
Jameson.
if he's dead, it will be a better porno.
Okay, like at least get Bolo. We kind of know what he's working with.
Listen,
Oh,
even
my-
we can't handle Bolo over here, so I'm good with that one.
Dude, like, did you see? Well, sidebar here, where Candy posted that she's.
I didn't watch
the
part 2
dungeon?
yet. I didn't watch part 2 of the reunion yet.
No. This hadn't to do with a reunion. She just posted on her Instagram that the dungeon is coming back, and so she's showing like clips from the other, and you see a couple of Bolo. Jesus, I'd run screaming from the room.
Well, I don't want to say
Okay,
this out loud
go.
yet, but Candy and Todd just produced the sequel, and it's me, Cody, and Paul in this, and it's going to be
Oh,
airing on
good.
Peacock shortly.
Okay.
And that's definitely not a lie, right? That's the truth. I don't have to give
That's
up the
definitely
lie.
the truth.
Okay. Exactly.
Definitely, it's going to be a Candy
They're
Burris.
gonna say that Brooklyn girl believes everything John Yates.
Oh,
says.
okay, Brooklyn. Like you didn't put a lot of money into this movie. Okay, like stop
Go ahead,
lying.
tell everybody my business. Go right ahead. Tell the whole world my business. That's
And I
okay.
hate that most of the people in this live are not getting these quality Real Housewives jokes right now, but they are really selling. If you know what we're talking about.
Okay, but Google Bolo. Who doggy that? Like, gee, I'm telling you, run screaming from the room.
What-
I
what-
can't do this.
Barbara Markham. What is that, John? There's a hoarder episode of Ron Jeremy. No way.
Oh my God, we have to watch it.
I have to see that right
Episode is
now.
called Louise.
Remember when Ron Jeremy was on The Surreal Life?
I
Remember
do.
that? Yeah.
I don't.
I do. And most of the people didn't know who the hell he was.
And then they brought the Surreal Life back for like one season, and like they forgot about it again. I was very upset because I loved that show. The VH1 shows of yore were like the best shows ever
True.
on TV.
Well, I always say, like, the start of all reality shows, the very start was Real World
It was.
Well, yeah,
on
but like
MTV.
Like
that was
the
like back in the
true
early 90s.
before
raunchy
Real
shows
World.
came from VH1. Rock
Before
of
Real
Love,
World,
Flavor of
hold on.
Love, Tour
before
Love.
Real World, what was there? What reality show was
wasn't,
before?
Then like the reality stuff blew up like in the early 2000s, and like VH1 like ran with it, and like Celebrity Fat Club, the Surreal Life, Rock of Love, I Love New York, Flavor of Love, I
Okay.
Love Money. Like
Man, you know them all.
Chance and Real had a Goofy show one season.
yeah, and then was it shoot. Daisy, I watched them all.
Yes, there was the one girl. Remember, they filmed her season. Megan Wants a Millionaire.
Oh yeah, and then the guy that won that one won I
He's-
Love Money 3, and then like killed his
No.
fiance.
They could
Her-
never. Yeah, they could never show Megan Wants a
And then
Millionaire
that
because
stops
he killed
all
his
of it.
fiance.
That's
Wow.
the whole the celebrity on.
I used to watch,
VH1 stops.
Yeah.
I used to watch Bad Girls Club. Remember that show?
Yeah,
Oh.
I like Bear Girls Club. Natalie Nunn.
too.
I run LA. Yeah, I like Bear. But Bear Girls Club was like too much for me at some points.
Well, in the beginning, it was good, and then it got stupid and silly, you know.
Flo, remember
But
Flo?
Bad Girls Club was one of the first reality shows that had reunions before Housewives.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Bad Girls Club after the season would have a reunion where they'd all come dressed up, and that was way before Housewives.
And I mean New York and Pumpkin when she spit in her mouth. Like God, like I long for those.
There was Flo. What was her name? Flo, the Armenian one.
Flo was from like Staten Island.
Yes,
Flo-
but she's from Staten Island, but she was
Yeah.
Armenian. I was scared of her through the TV, and that is so true. Every time she talked, I would like flinch. Like every time she would talk loud, I would flinch. I'd be like, she can't hear me.
I mean, I wouldn't want to meet her in a dark alley. That's all I'm saying.
Nope. No.
Oh, and remember the twins,
Oh yes. Oh
Danny and
Yes,
what were their
that-
names?
wow.
Yeah, I know a little bit about Bad Girls Club. and-
Who's real?
Real was on Real Chance of Love. Real was Chance's brother. They were both on I Love New York. And then Real passed away. He had cancer. He died very young. But he was also on I Love Money and I Love New York and all that. Oh my God, remember Charm School?
Yes.
Oh,
No, I
I
don't
love
remember
Charm
that.
School.
I don't know.
Ricky Lake was a host. Monique was
Yes.
a host. Then I think Sharon Osbourne hosted one season. I missed that. I used to look forward to watching TV.
Good
Like I
reality TV.
couldn't wait for it.
Yeah, Lisa, me too. First couple of years, like maybe the first 3 were really good. After that, Remember the girl with the pots and the pans? Remember the heavy set girl in Bad Girls Club, and she took the pots and the pans and slapped. She had her shower cap on, and she was slapping that shit through the house. And I was like twitching because I'm like, you're gonna wake up Flo.
Remember in I Love New York too when the girl shit on the stairs?
See, I didn't watch that show.
I remember that. Oh my God.
Was it delicious? Like what?
Yes.
I used to know all their names.
That's
oh my
funny.
God.
They even had like New York Finds a Job or something.
Yep,
where
and
she
then New York Goes
interned.
to Hollywood.
Yeah.
They did. My favorite shows on TV, like I would watch VH1 around the clock. Like all day, every day, I would watch VH1 because they had just the best shows. And I haven't watched VH1 probably since 2011.
I didn't even know VH1 was still a channel.
Did you
Swear
know
to
they're coming
God,
out
I
with
had
like
no
a new
idea.
villains type of channel? It's on VH1. I think who all is on it? I know Jax is on it. I think New York is on it.
Brandy's on it. And
Omarosa.
And Fisa's on it.
I remember watching
Yes.
before Housewives, and the reason I knew who Dina was is because I remember MTV had like one of the MTV or TLC. Listen, when I was first married,
What, the
I
beach
watched-
house you're talking about?
No. When
Yeah.
so when I was first married, I watched TLC nonstop because I was trying to get pregnant, and I remember watching like What to Expect. Like, no, that show when they were having the baby. Remember that? She'd be pregnant and talk about like having their first baby and bringing the baby home, and then they had it for weddings. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It was on. That's what
No, I
TLC.
don't.
What TLC had like 2 shows. It was about having a baby. It would be like reality, like a mother, and they'd film her before she had the baby, and then bringing the baby home. A baby story. That was it. It was called A Baby Story.
I remember that.
And that's all TLC was a baby story and a wedding story. And then
Remember when TLC had like, you know, like the commercials, like the life lessons of like the woman, like, you know, drinking too much Merlot and crying, and they used to make the figurines. Do you remember that?
no,
Oh my God. I
But
used to have
TLC
that figurine.
before this whole explosion of what it is now, was basically all day long a wedding story and a baby story. And when I had my son, I wanted to be on a baby story. But anyway, then they had like my super wedding or my whatever it was, and Dina Manzo's wedding to the one who's in jail was on it. And that's why when Dina and Caroline, that's how they got on Bravo.
Jersey.
Yeah. So when they started making Housewives of New Jersey, someone who already had seen that show called Dina, and then Dina said, well, I have girls in the hair salon and blah, blah, blah. And that's how that all happened. But it was because originally Dina was on the wedding show.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, I never watched any of that. Like, you know, that or Say Yes to the Dress What You were on.
Thank you for saying that again.
I'm so lucky to have a famous friend.
Yes, Laura, remember? Oh, God.
Okay, let's get back to the show.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm having more fun talking about this in the show.
Seriously.
Well, we can do that. You can do that on the after show.
We're almost done.
Yeah.
Okay, so the crepes, then so Cross-Eyed Pete, and then the Sacred Loneliness. We covered that.
Where Cross-Eyed Pete makes a weird comment. He's saying that the woman always gets to choose, and if she's married, she still gets to decide who's going to be, her children's father, which I thought was kind of bizarre.
Yeah.
It's like that doesn't
Well,
sound like the
it is
polygamous
what
type
I'm
of
telling you.
relationship. That sounds more like baby daddy.
And then Janelle goes into this whole thing about like the family, like that, Christine and Janelle had asked to be part of the family when Robin was invited.
Which,
And-
why are we still talking about that?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
X them, I guess. I don't know.
Well, because Cody's bringing it up, saying that he actually courted Mary and Robin, but Christine and Janelle basically begged to be part of the family.
And
Please
Janelle had
take
said,
that.
when you want to come into a plural family, it's on them, Christine and Janelle, to present themselves, I guess, and say, hi, I like what's going on here, and I want to be part of it. So I guess that's, them asking to be in the family.
That's a part of the culture.
Makes sense. I mean, it's
Right.
not like you find a
And
polygamous.
Janelle grew up in a regular household, monogamous. So, and then Janelle's mom married Cody's dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
So, I mean, she's saying that, Christine's or Janelle was saying, it's not like she begged to be in the family. And I thought it was very off-putting for Cody to say that,
Right.
among other things.
And then Mary's saying, Mary's being very forthcoming this season. Mary got 30 seconds of airtime last year. And now you're hearing a lot from Mary. And Mary is saying, I know that Cody regrets marrying me. I know that Cody regrets marrying Christine and me.
Yeah, this is where I think her aha moments are where she really stuck to her NDA and like, no, I'm staying with the family, staying with the family, staying with the family. And then now, we're seeing like she's getting out on her own. And
let's see what else. I can't read my
but
writing.
then Cody says he can't show Robin his faults too late. And, people cannot be disloyal and need to obey him. If you want, get a dog. A German Shepherd
Well, Robin's saying
loves
like
obedience.
let's feel bad for Robin because she's saying like that me and Cody have so many problems in our relationship and our marriage, and he's always suspicious and he's not the guy I like. Robin,
Right. She,
Robin, I have a couple of people. Go to Brooke and Anna Maria. They'll take you right in with your bullshit. You'll fit right. You'll all be thick as thieves with them, Robin.
And like at least in the military, like the canines always have a higher rank than their handler, because in that way, if they're mean to the dog, then guess what? You're in subordination to a superior. Fact. So, at least Cody's dog would have a chance if it were in the military, because he could like bite him and not get in trouble.
Well, there's that.
Sure. I mean, But then there's a point in the show where Cody is talking to Nate, and he's saying that he just wants
Cross-eyed Pete.
Cross-eyed Pete. He's saying that he just wants to pack up and leave, just, get this whole life behind him. But he has 2 younger children at home to worry about.
But Cody wants to show his horns.
And that's all he's worried about. Once again, that's all he's worried about. That's it. Done.
What about Truly?
Yep.
He's got 3 younger children who need his love and attention. Not 2.
What about the other 72?
Well, they're old enough. They've got older siblings they can rely on.
Listen, I don't care, Wicked. I am 41 and I still need my daddy's love and attention.
Oh, 100%. I miss my dad every single day.
And look how close you are with your mom. I mean, I don't care how old his kids are. He is their one and only. Listen, he chose to have 4 wives. He chose to have multiple children. I get the feeling that Cody's one of those people who only likes his kids when they're small. And he gets that like, when the kids are small, they give you affection and you're their hero. Once they like age out
and start questioning,
out of sight, out of mind.
I think once they get old enough to have an opinion is when he doesn't like him anymore.
100%.
You know what? And like, I can't fathom like having a child tell their father, hey, can you do better? Like some people on YouTube. Like, imagine having a child saying, hey, mom or dad, but hey, mom, please stop doing what you're doing and pay attention to me.
Right.
I think.
Listen, as a mother, I'm going to listen to my children to a degree. I'm not going to let them run my life. And I'm going to say that. Like, they're not going to, tell me what to do because they don't like what I'm doing and run my life. However, if what I'm doing is affecting their life, bet your ass it's if what I'm doing is affecting my child's quality of life, it's going to be undone.
True.
Do you understand what I'm saying? There is a fine line, but I'm not going to let them tell me. I'm the adult. I'm the parent. They're not going to run my life. But if I'm doing something that's directly affecting my child in a negative way, then I'm not going to do it.
When this is really going to gut
Cody.
Not that
Brooklyn, what you're saying, hold on. Sorry to cut you off. So Brooklyn, if one of your children said, hey, mom, can you not go online?
Oh, that's what this is.
I'm just thinking of things
Stop.
out
Yeah,
loud.
that's what we were talking about.
I'm just thinking of things out loud, Brooklyn, and like because I have cats,
I
and
didn't go
they
in
just.
that direction. I wasn't thinking in that direction.
Well, I'm just saying, it just get made me think about something. Like
Okay.
I have cats that could just go meow, right? So like my cats can't. Georgie can't come and tell me, hey, Daddy John, hey, Daddy Human John. Can you please stop going online because it's affecting my life and Hope's life and Phoebe's life. So I don't know what that's like to feel as it's been pointed out. So, Brooklyn girl, if your kids had said something to you saying like, "Hey, mom, would you stop going online because you're embarrassing me and it's gonna stop our relationship and you'll never see a grandkid that I might have or whatnot. Would you? How would you react to that, Brooklyn girl? just asking.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm gonna answer that question honestly. There would be things that there would be certain things that would depend on the answer to that question. What I was doing, how is it affecting them? Again, I'm gonna stick to what I said 2 minutes ago. I'm not gonna have my child run my life or dictate my life because I've sacrificed a huge chunk of my life for my children, if not my whole life. So I'm not gonna have them dictate what I should be doing. However, if something that I'm doing is negatively affecting their everyday life, I am certainly going to self reflect and see what I can do to either change what I'm doing or stop what I'm doing or the effect I have on my children. And that's just what it is.
So let me rephrase the question then. So say one of your children are telling you that what you're doing online is negatively affecting their life and their job and their family. And you're getting kind of carried away and there's no hope in you and I'm going to stop talking to you as a parent because of it.
I'm not going to have anything come between me and my child. If I have to stop something that I'm doing, if it's really honestly affecting my child's life and my child is suffering from it in a negative light, and even further, let me go a step further. If it's affecting the relationship between me and my kid, like I'm not just going to listen to my kid because my kid don't like the shirt I'm wearing or my kid doesn't want me doing what they don't want me doing. No, I'm the adult. But if this is something that is really honestly affecting the relationship with my child, yeah, it's self-reflection. I'm gonna change it, and that's my honest answer.
And I appreciate that. Sorry, I was just curious because I
No,
don't
yeah,
have
that's
kids,
fine.
so
That's
I'm
how I
just
feel.
curious about certain things that I've seen happen
I'm
on YouTube and how
one, John.
certain people's children's are being.
Here's the deal. As a mom, and I can only speak for myself because everyone's different. There is not going to be anything in this world that is ever going to be more important than my kids. I love my husband to death. I would die for him, but he's still not as important as my children. They came out of my body. And if I'm running the risk of losing them or losing the sacred relationship I have with them, I'm going to change that. I'm going to do anything I can to change that. So that's
And then, God forbid, I mean, I would hate to see you in this sacred loneliness stage that Cody's in.
yeah.
and that's how you bring a joke full fucking circle. There you go.
Oh, man.
That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen, right there. See how that works?
Well played.
I love when Christine was like, "Sacred
La la
holy."
la 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 la.
Hysterical.
So I've determined when Cody is really going to lose his shit because truly, you know how they have all these daughter daddy dances at school nowadays. Who do you think little sweet Truly is going to
His
ask?
dance card must be filled. If that's
Oh,
the
she's
case.
gonna be bringing the woolly guy.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm going to see like, oh, David, can you please take me to my father-daughter dance? Because we know Cody Brown ain't traveling 8 hours to take her to a dance.
Oh, this is gonna definitely come out wrong, but I'm just being honest. So, like, I'm sure this guy is such a great guy. She's in love with him. The kids are in love with him. I'm just surprised that he's like, he looks a lot older than I had pictured for Christine. And I don't know. I had a different kind of guy pictured out for her. Like looks wise, I'm just so surprised. But I'm sure he's a great guy.
Yeah.
you
Perhaps
think
she
he's still
decided I
looking?
went with looks for the first one, so I need a little bit more on this one.
Do you think he's good looking, Wicked?
I don't think he's not attractive. David Woolley. Let me go to her Instagram.
Who are we talking about?
Christine,
David
Beyonce,
Who's?
Christine.
Christine.
Oh, I've seen him. He's okay. At least he knows better to shave his head when he's going bald. Like, good for him.
True story.
Did you watch 90 Day from last night?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna plot twist and a spoiler. Gino takes his hat off.
Yes, I saw it.
Head.
I saw it.
So did he shave like the back part here that he
No,
got burned?
that's
No,
still
that's
there.
where that's
It's
where
No,
there.
it's still there.
it's still
Yeah.
there.
Oh, good God and baby Jesus.
Yes,
Wow.
he took off the hat because I think TSA made him.
Thank God blessed me with the full head of hair. Like I just like I couldn't even like to hold on to like the back, like the back part here. So when Gino wears a cap, it seems like he has hair, and like it's only this part that he has here. Wow. Okay.
Still there.
I did. I was very amused by that. I was like, no, and production threw it in just to be shady.
And he almost took it off like a quickie as an accident, but it was a big deal.
Yeah. But anywho, then let's see. He doesn't want Cody doesn't want Robin to know what a dick he is, but I think she already knows. And then this is where, towards the end of the episode, Robin's like, I wanted to marry Cody because of this family, and now we don't have this family anymore. So what are we supposed to do? Because I don't think Robin's going to be super happy and say, oh, hey, Cody, let's go out and find you some pretty young thing. Pop out some kids. Because
I saw him say in a in like a, what is that thing that you do? You get paid for to send to people. What is that called?
Cameo.
Yeah, he did a cameo and he said how him and Robin are monogamous now. And I'm like, okay, well, what else would you be? You have one wife left.
Oh,
like,
I
is
saw
even a
that.
question? Like, is that even a question?
well,
And
And
Janelle
again,
kept
this is
saying
what-
he wants to be monogamous. He doesn't want to be like a polygamous dad anymore. So, and then Robin's like, ooh.
That's what she signed up for. So good luck with this one.
this is where I think Robin is lying a lot.
Robin of Arc. That's what I'm going to call her from now on. Robin of Arc.
Because I think she's saying, oh, this is what I wanted. I got married for the family. Blah, 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 blah. But you didn't try to do anything to help the relationships in the family.
No, she
Your job is to integrate into their life and get to know
tried a
them
lot.
so they can
tried a lot.
get to know you.
Just like, to all the people who are out there who are dating married men, like sometimes the other wife wins. Like when I first started, I was the other woman with Cody,
It is.
Cody.
Sometimes
It
they
sure
do.
was. I was the other woman. And sometimes the other woman wins. So there you go.
Not often, but sometimes.
What did you
Just
say,
said I
Charles?
am living proof that sometimes the other women, like, they're never going to leave the man. Well, mine did. So, and we've been together for, I don't know, 15 years now.
What about King Charles and Kamala? Hello.
There you go.
Or not Kamala, Camila. Kamala's the
It's Queen Consort Camila, Wicked, get it right. So, But yeah, when I first, was with Cody, like he was with somebody for 5 years, and I was the other woman, and all my friends told me he's never gonna leave. It's you're whatever, but sometimes if you put the work in,
No.
so to all the whores out there might be help for you.
There you go.
But then I think Gabe brings up a good point about, they're celebrating with the family they want to celebrate with. And I was talking to a cousin about this. He said, like we're the core family because my mom has 7 brothers and sisters, and all but 2 lived very close in proximity. So the core group, if you will always be there for each other. Ride or die, the whole big gun, where the outsiders, if you will, don't have that same connection that we do. So I think in their core family, the kids are still going to maintain that connection and probably welcome anyone.
Right, like the older kids. But I don't even think that a lot of his older kids even know Robin's 2 young kids. I don't even think they know them. And I don't think Robin's youngest kids even know their siblings. They maybe see them twice a year.
I mean, that's what part of the text blow up a couple weeks was about, because, one of them more or less said, well, one phone call is not going to jog the memory.
Yeah, they don't know him.
Because, you figure Logan, who was the oldest, he's been living in Las Vegas at least before they moved from Flagstaff out of the cul-de-sac. I mean, he's like a see you at Thanksgiving kind of guy.
Yeah, trust me when I tell you, they're not close and they don't know him. Those older kids that grew up together, they have a bond.
Yeah.
That can't break. That's
They
just what
do.
it is. They grew up together, they grew up in the house, and they grew up like siblings for real.
Right.
They grew up under one roof in Utah as siblings, and that's it. These younger kids, it's not the same bonds.
Like
It's
Logan, Aspen, Mariah.
Right.
Sorry, I can't say Mariah.
Kelsey.
Leon. And you never hear them talk about. Well, she's still Mariah at this point. So, but you never hear like Mary talk
Not
about
a word. Not a word.
Not a word.
Mary really also, to be honest, I know she's Mary. I know she's got a lot of issues. She got the shit end of the deal first. She was his first wife. Okay. She had a kid with him. She's most likely never going to be a biological grandparent. And she's doesn't have several children. She doesn't have a husband anymore. She was there the longest and she put in the work. She messed up and she's an idiot for other things she did. But they all kind of, one by one got like shitted by him.
Well, I've always had like a soft spot for Mary, because it could not be easy for Mary being the first wife, and then seeing him marry Janelle, then seeing him marry Christine, and then seeing Janelle and Christine pop out 6 kids each, when unfortunately for Mary, she could only, have the 1 kid.
Exactly.
After a series of miscarriages. It's sad. So I've always felt bad for Mary. It's and imagine seeing Mary and seeing her husband with, his 6 kids with Janelle and his 6 kids with Christine, and then Robin, so I could understand.
Robin won my heart over when she told Mary, I will carry a baby for you and Cody.
Yeah, that's when I liked her. But
that's when I liked her. That's when I'm like, okay, she's a decent woman. She is willing to, help a sister out. And Cody was like, no.
Yeah, Cody didn't want that shit.
No.
It would be so cool to talk to her and say,
even if that did happen, what was gonna happen? Even if Robin did carry that child for Mary, which never happened, it was still gonna be Robin's kid at the end of the day. Right. You know that. Even though it's Mary's egg, it was always gonna be Robin's kid.
Too much.
Yeah.
If she would have had a kid, I don't think any of the catfishing would have happened. I think things would have turned out very different.
Yeah. I don't know.
But
They did save a few gifts, and I don't know who's responsible for the wrapping paper, but I love them because it looked like everyone's was color coordinated. Like, okay, Frosty the Snowman, those are all Ari's gifts. And, the green stripe, those are Mom's. So I am all about a color coordinated.
Well, the rest of
coordinated
their life
Christmas.
is shit, so the color coordination of the Christmas gifts might as well be good.
Yeah, I make sure my presents are color coordinated, including the tags.
Oh, what's this, Terry Lewis? I saw it say that Mary
What?
said that Robin used her. She said that she never divorced Cody. Wait, what?
Wait a minute. Where'd you see this and when and who and what and why?
Did you hear this from Brooke?
I'm calling the cops.
Call the cops.
I'm calling the cops.
Call the cops. Call PETA. My cats are in jeopardy.
Who did you hear this from?
Maria, I'm sorry.
Well, Mary stated Robin used her. Interesting.
That is true. On my interview with Peyton, he did say that. I just love the fact that like this Peyton interview is getting like a whole bunch like new life. Like right now, like everyone's watching it because it's so
I
current.
love it.
Because we're watching this show from 2 years ago, but Peyton's interview with me from January is still the most current
said
thing about
that-
Sister Wives and being.
I said it last week. I said you guys have to go back and watch it because what he was telling us was happening while this was filming.
So, yeah, if you want again a vivid detail accounts of what's been happening with the Browns, rewatch or watch for the first time the Payton interview because it's still the most current thing about the Browns being spoken on. And Payton again was the first Brown family member to do a live with somebody, me.
Yeah.
And even though I overtalked because I was excited, he it was a 3-hour live and a lot was said.
It's okay. I'm boring, and Brooklyn talks over 2 people as well.
Yeah, and that's just our place in life, and we accept it.
I'm gonna call the police on you, Wicked.
See, I was just going to call the police on you, and then you wanted to call on me, and now you ruined it.
Well, now I'm gonna call the police on you.
Well, I don't like your red shirt, and I was thinking it must be illegal.
Well, I don't like
You're not on camera. I'm calling the
and
police on you.
I'm
Your
calling the
camera
police.
needs to be on.
And I'm calling the police on you, Wicked, because of your stolen Walmart Rembrandt behind
It's going to be a
you.
busy
So,
night.
There you
It's just
go.
going to be a busy night.
I mean, I had to get something. I've got a picture of Robert Mondavi's winery.
It is beautiful.
Like all my beautiful artwork behind my wall, you can't even see. We put some thought into that, but whatever, it's fine. All right, so is there anything else we need to speak on? Because we're at the 1.5 mark.
Ooh, that's lovely.
Oh, you stole that from me. I'm calling the police, and
Yeah, I already called. They're on their way.
I'm calling the police again from
Well,
Jersey.
This
Hang
You
it up on
clearly
the other
stole
wall.
that from. I don't
Jesus,
know.
Tremendous.
that is the Robert Mondavi winery. I did.
Wow.
Did Robert Mondavi give it to you? Did he sign it?
He gave it to my father, and he did. Yes.
That's
Okay,
amazing.
well, that's clearly stolen because you're on my panel, so you're a thief. And I'm calling the police on you again. And I'm calling Robert
We got 2 other
Mondavi.
prints signed
I'm
by
calling
2
Robert
other
Mondavi's children and grandchildren and his estate,
Okay.
letting them know that what's
We're
going
doing
on.
a deep dive into that picture now.
Can you do this
A
one
deep dive.
instead?
I can't even. Thank God we can laugh.
I got a couple.
I might be in jail soon, so I don't know. I'm gonna
I'll
check
do
it
a
on my
deep
job
dive
as
I'll
I
put
can.
money on your books.
Yeah, guys, please put money on my commissary, please.
Well,
Like,
I'm
let me-
rich. It's not a problem.
thank you. Like, I want you. Let
No
me get some
worries.
Kit Kats and some
No
Diet
worries.
Sprite.
Well, I mean, we got to make sure that if they're going to keep you there, because county could be more expensive. So we need to make sure. Get yourself a pricing list. We might need to make sure you have toothpaste.
Well, you got to let us know now because you're not going to have a channel and no phone. So there's no way to get through
Yeah.
you.
And Cody's good for nothing. right?
True
So
story.
hi Cody.
True story.
So please write me letters, please.
Oh,
Along the
that'll
way.
be the way.
You can
Okay.
get emails in prison.
Like, dear John, I hate you. I'm so happy you're in prison.
You'll get a lot of
No.
those.
What they do is they open the letter, they take a photocopy of it, then they hand it to you. You
Smiley,
really-
judge for yourself, Smiley.
you cannot
Brooklyn's
But-
accent is stranger. Hey, truly loving life.
Listen,
What can I tell you?
I actually have the same exact accent as she does, but I've learned to to tone mine down.
What do you want me to tell you? This is how I talk. I can't help it.
Yeah, well, I used to talk like this too all the fucking time, and you know it is what it is. But like,
I
you
live
know,
in
when
Long
I
Island, New York. Everybody talks like me here.
and then you know, me and Brooklyn go out to dinner together, and I give her a mirror, and this is how this works. I mean, I can talk in my native tongue, but since I've been going live, and I try to have toned down my accent as best I can, but I still already have like, you know, when my accent comes out. But I worked very hard to get rid of my accent, and I don't want Brooklyn to get rid of her accent at all because I find it very
work.
endearing.
Too much work.
But like, I think one of like the first lives I did, and they were like, "John, you sound like you're giving people directions like the Midtown Tunnel." And like, it was like, your accent is so bad. I was like, oh shit.
Can't
So
help it.
I tried to tone it down a little bit. Balls.
Yeah,
like, okay.
truly loving life. I grew up in Canarsie. It's not that far.
I mean, I grew up in Brooklyn for like my first, I don't know, 7 years, and then to Long Island for the rest. So I don't know. I've always tried to like, and I actually took like lessons like on how to speak regularly. Like there was a great episode of the Brooklyn. You watched The King of Queens?
I used to, yes.
Like Carrie's accent on The King of Queens was so bad. Wiki, you ever watch that show, The King of Queens? Carrie's accent was so bad that she had to take lessons to like tone down her. You want some coffee? Like, no. Would you like some coffee? Like, so, like,
Talk like that.
if you could find that episode of The King of Queens, you'll laugh because that's what I had to go through to try and change how I spoke. But yeah, no, my accent still comes out, especially when I'm mad. And I'm, you know, which you've seen plenty of times on lives, like, you
I've
know,
only
like,
seen you like slightly lose your temper, but you were back in a couple minutes.
but like when I am mad and not thinking and I'm raging, oh yeah, the accent is in full, it comes back full effect. I'm like, ew, heebity beep. Like, no, worse than that.
Yeah, we need to figure out a way to chop off your Wi-Fi and be done with it.
Like Brooklyn says, nothing after midnight that happens.
No good comes after midnight.
There you go.
Nothing done after midnight. No good can come from it.
So, try to Google that episode of The King of Queens.
I will. I'm going to.
When Carrie like has to like, you know, take lessons. I think Spence is giving her lessons on how to speak properly because she wants a promotion. That's
it's hard when you're not used to talking that way, you know, you just used to being a certain way.
Yeah. And I had when I was in Florida, Florida. See, like I can't, like I've done good.
When I was in Florida.
Florida. No,
Florida.
Florida. Like I would get yelled at all the time by my boss. He goes, your accent is too crazy. Like you sound stupid. I'm like,
you're like, what accent? I don't have an accent.
Well, no more coffee for you no more, huh? So
oh my gosh, what they ask if you want a po' boy?
Oh no.
Do you hear an accent on me, Wicked?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. All right, listen, I'm trying.
But like
It's
you know,
not as thick as it was.
Because
I
I'm
think-
being, believe it or not, I'm being aware, and I was talking fast when I first started coming up on lives because I was excited and nervous.
no, don't
But
hide
now-
it. I only hit
but
it because people yelled at me
now-
for it.
No, but if I'm being honest, now when I come on, I talk slower and I'm more aware.
I liked it. I mean, that was just you.
If
but
you
see,
were like,
Long Island E's is very easy.
yeah,
Like if there's an ER, you cut off at the end of a sentence. Like dinner would be dinner.
dinner.
But in Long Island, it's dinner.
See, I
And,
can
like, you know,
understand you. I can't
Shoulder,
understand other
like this is
people
my shoulder.
in other
but-
countries.
But like, hey,
Yeah.
bitch, you got some shit on your shoulder. Like
Yeah.
you cut off the ER and you add an A. And
Yeah.
like words like oh god, I still can't say talk the right way, but you take out the AL,
Talk.
and you put an AW, talk. Just like coffee.
So,
like
so
the right
like,
way to say
I'll be
coffee is
honest.
coffee, but like it's coffee.
Yeah.
Like
so
that's
I
how you
listened to
say it.
myself after the first couple lives, and I was like, "Oh my god, I hear it now." But like, if you're with me all day at work while I'm working, I talk normal like I do all day. But if I'm here, I try and talk slow and not so rough.
Hey Brooklyn, say mirror.
Mirror,
Mirror.
mirror.
Give me a mirror.
Yeah,
Like the mirror, like with your reflection.
Mirror.
A mirror. Give me
Yeah.
a mirror.
Okay.
how do you say it?
I say mirror now, but I've been trained to not say mirror anymore.
Oh, okay, okay. I gotcha. I gotcha.
So, how do you say the place down in Bourbon Street? Where what is going on?
New Orleans.
Okay, you failed. How do you say it?
Had me?
Yeah,
New Orleans,
failed. Nolans.
Nolans.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's stupid.
Nolans.
Wow. No, but that's their accent, John.
That is-
See what I mean? Everybody's different.
So we're gonna
Wicked,
ask you-
any words from Kentucky that sound different?
Oh my god, Cody. Cody, are you awake? Cody says crayon. Like, okay, so Cody, like Crayola, crayons. He calls crayons crowns. Come here, Cody. How do you say crayon? There you go. We're talking about
That's
Well,
weird.
What are you talking about?
no, we're talking about like our accents and how like different they all are. And like Cody, like the first time,
Making fun of me, though.
because we had coloring book because we like to color, and he's like get like the big box of crowns, and I'm like, huh?
You're like, what the hell's a crown?
It's like the crowns. I'm like, huh?
The crowns.
Wait, Wicked. So, what words in Kentucky are different?
Well, you all say Louisville. No, you all say Louisville,
No, it's
Louisville,
but it's like Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville. And like when you're down in some of the deeper counties, because we've got 121 counties. They all go by.
sounds like you're all
their-
talking all Kentuckyese right now. Oh, wicked.
I'll get my dad on the phone.
So a lot of times when you ask people like, where are you from? And they're like, oh, I'm from Bath County. And they're like, where's that? Then you got to get geographically where Bath County is. But like there are sometimes you're like, I had to go to Pike County and I pulled over and I'm like, excuse me, can you tell me how to get to Pike County? And they're like, where? And I said, Pike County. Oh, you mean Pike County?
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
wow.
Well, like okay, so like
Was it
what
the
city
Pack
is St.
County?
Louis in? Oh my God, what city is St. Louis in?
Missouri?
And Vero?
Right. And Wicked. But people in Missouri don't say it. They say Missouri.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's Missouri.
Missouri.
Missouri?
Okay.
Why is that?
Oh my
Yeah.
God, you should have heard me when I was in Omaha, Nebraska.
Because that's
Like,
true, because my mom's friend is from there and she calls it Missouri.
It's Missouri. Hi, Missourians.
interesting.
Everyone talks differently, you know.
That's how we say things. Like it's different, like whatever. But people know like what we're talking about.
And then like people in Boston, like you park the car, like you know they drag that out. And then
Okay,
people
John.
in England are hibbity bibbity, like don't hang your H's, no. So it is what it is.
Well, I think we did a
You doing
wonderful
okay there?
job. We
You
talked
sound like
about
you
the
look like you're
show,
dying.
Me?
Yeah.
parenting,
My-
and we even talked about accents. We did a wonderful job this evening.
My face is just like I feel like snot's just like I'll be
Oh,
fine. I'll wash my
congestion.
face off and I'll be good.
A very comprehensive live, I say. Ew, hibbity
We
bibbity, I'll
feel
get you some
great.
Kleenex.
As usual, we're always wonderful.
We always are, and we always will be.
We
By the
appreciate
way,
you
start
guys.
sending me money for my commissary. Reach out to Cody for that.
Well, we
and-
need to find out, like, if you have a certain soap or particular toothbrush. We need to get those items so we can make sure.
We need the specifics.
Yeah, we need a
I
commissary
like
list.
Kit Kats and Coca-Cola, and send me some deodorant and some.
Well, your
white
cats
beer.
are not going to have visiting rights. I'll tell you right now, it's not happening.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
send me stamps because that's like currency.
Oh,
I don't know
perfect.
that they
Okay.
let you have the actual stamps now. I think you have to get them from the machine.
Oh Lord.
Like you can't send pictures anymore. You used to be able to do like the 4x6, and then
Wow.
yeah, much has changed.
Oh, my favorite Pop-Tart is either cherry frosted or raspberry frosted.
All right, we'll buy both, right, Wicked?
And then if those aren't options, I'll settle for the chocolate frosted ones. But I don't like
Okay.
chocolate all that much. I'm not a big chocolate person, but they're not bad. So, but like raspberry frosted or cherry frosted are my two favorite Pop-Tarts.
I'll just put extra money on commissary because I have a ton of money.
There you
You
go.
do.
So
Yeah.
And
why
make
not?
sure that you use your money to make sure like I'm in the bougie suites.
I'm gonna do the best I can.
In the clink, right, Ann? Because you can't wait for me to be there. So
I can only do so much.
I
for
hope
the
you guys
train.
all know that we're just being silly and joking around because so much goes on a daily basis in these YouTube streets. And I started this whole thing with the cop being silly with the cop thing because it blows my mind. And I can't speak for you, Wicked, but it blows my mind. If I was to count on one day's worth of lives from this whole group, and I counted how many times they say the word cops or precinct, it's got to be over 100 a day.
And my cops are like, okay, sure. They entertain everybody. Like, if you want an audience with any
Listen,
police department
John,
in the
I'll
world,
tell you, listen, I get that. Wicked, do you know that John and I were on a live the other day,
Were you
and
married?
we were talking about
it was a 90-day fiance.
We were talking about 90 Day Fiance, and we were laughing and joking and talking about the show. Do you know that someone called his police station and said that I was unsafe?
And I was threatening her while we were laughing about 90-day fiance. Wicked, shut your camera off. You're not looking good. Or maybe hang up. I don't know.
Yeah, right?
you
My
look,
head was starting
you
to
look like you're going through it right now.
Here.
Is it okay, Wicked? Is the stolen artwork? Are you worried about it right now? Is that what this is?
Well,
Wicked, stop stressing. I got your back. I'm so wealthy. I'll pay for anything you need.
Yeah, like
I
Brooklyn's
appreciate
got you. She'll brush it all under the rug for you, like Karini saying that Paul was never missing.
you're the
Like
best.
that's how we work here.
Listen, we could joke around. I don't like this crap at all. John knows that. We could joke around to be silly, but I don't like going in the mud with this crap. The only thing I will comment on is I cannot stand having police officers in my family and, supporting the blue and all that. I cannot stand the whole misuse of the system and the constant knowing when things are fine, but having to call the cops. It's back forth ping pong. I can't stomach it. Enough with the
Brooklyn,
cop
I went
calling.
live last night and they were saying, I'm sending your Instagram post to the police. I'm sending you this live to the police. I'm going to police. And my stupid police are like, oh,
It's
for it.
excessive. It's excessive. It's ridiculous.
But when we
There are
ask for help with other,
There are
when we-
real
we get
crimes
nothing.
going on in this world. There are people being abused. There are people, my husband is volunteer and he's constantly running on calls and working a full-time job. And they're constantly
Wicked, I'm
people
going to
not
drop you
breathing.
down. Get some rest.
Okay.
Love you, Wicked.
No, she's been having migraines and
Yeah.
I could tell
Yeah.
that she's in pain right now. So
Yeah,
I
no.
just,
She's a trooper. But yeah, I mean, constantly car accidents and people being abused and heart attacks and strokes. And there are calls all day long for really important stuff. And when I hear this, take that picture and go to the police and take that, just stop already.
look, Mia,
Just
I'm a cop and
stop.
thank you. Mia, since you're a police, could you imagine being like, called?
Mia, thank
you're
you for what you do, Mia.
Thank you, Mia. And like, I have 2 cousins in the NYPD who have been serving in the, in NYPD, not the easiest job to be a cop in, right? So I understand that.
And Mia,
thank
when
you.
John said,
And I'm always
when John
pro-police.
says-
Don't
Oh,
let
yeah, I know,
anybody
but
be
when you-
confused that I'm not pro-police. I am very, very pro-police. But this is, go ahead, Brooke. I'm sorry.
when it's okay, listen, when you say with your station and all that, I get it. They have to respond to every call, and even if they know it's ridiculous. But what I'm saying is stop calling. Like these people, it's the busy season in a vacation town. There's people drinking, there's people drowning, there's so much happening. There are car accidents. Stop keeping the lines busy with this crap. Am I wrong for saying that? Because I know I'm going to get abused now. Just for saying that, I'm going to get abused, but I have to give my opinion.
But you're speaking the truth. It's the truth.
I mean, there are fires. There's so many things that goes on every day. I live with a pager in my house. I hear the calls because, again, my husband volunteers. And it's insane what goes on every day. And to know that these lines are being taken up on such crap gets me so angry. And it's so nonchalant. It's like, yeah, I got that. I'm going to call them with more information. I'm calling again. We're going to call. We're going to say this. We're going to just stop.
And they're like advertising my police, like in like, oh, here's the number, call, email. Make sure you use up all their resources while we're
And I have one more thing to say.
While we're living in like a resort town during season.
They have been calling your police for 3 years now. They have talked to so many detectives. They say this one's nice, that one's nice. They're on top of it. They're building a case against him. Guys, it's been 3 years. If they had a case, he would be gone. Enough. That's all I wanted to say. And that's all I'll comment on. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It had to be said. I'm happy you said it. What, Cody? And look.
Pick a card.
Look.
Which card? Any card.
This is how many times. Look. These are.
Don't show all the
these
things.
are, when the cops come here and we try to call.
What is that?
These are
Every time that they came
every
here
time
for
we
the
ask them
house,
for help, I get a card that does nothing. Here's another card. Here's another card. One more card.
Well, you know what,
Another
Jonathan?
card.
You know what?
There's
Then
another
just stop
card.
too. Then you stop too.
There's another card.
Obviously, you're not getting it. Just stop.
I don't call my police.
I mean, at this point, there's enough. And I get it. Like,
And according to them, they're watching us right now, right, Brooklyn? I mean, I told you that when we went to the police station on our own accord on Friday to find out, like, if this whole
Do you want
thing.
the other cards?
Oh,
Like,
there's more.
also-
Oh, wait, there's more. Okay.
Those two.
you know,
I mean, so which ones do you want? Which ones?
I mean,
I
I have enough cards here to play Pinochle with.
I only come up on
This is
these
the whole
lives
thing already.
when I only come up on these lives when we do content about the shows. That's what I enjoy. I don't come on lives to talk about people. I don't come on any lives. I've never been on a live about Paul and Karini. I only come up here to do the shows I enjoy watching. That's it. And I love it. And we have a great time. All the other stuff is just minutia. And it's such a waste of time and effort where it could be put into something so much better than this. That's how I feel.
Yeah, well, I agree with you. And, you know, me and Brooklyn have gotten into it a bit, you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, we have, because John
And
knows
she's
that.
right. And then, like, I'm like, but, like, look what's being said about me now. So, like, I kind of have, like, no choice. You know,
So
and then, you know,
here's the thing.
well, but now when magazines are writing about it, it brings it to a different level.
Here's the thing. For so many of them to say that if someone's on your panel, they blindly are just, following and leading. John just told you, when I disagree with him, I call him personally. I don't sit there with my friend on a live and argue with him on a live. I call him and I tell him how I feel about something.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And when I think he needs to stop or something. But here's the thing. I just give my opinion of him because he's my friend. He's an adult and he knows what's best for his life. And when people are publishing that they are going to sue you and you're going to be arrested and you know it to be untrue, I would imagine it's very hard to sit back and let it happen.
Yeah, it's very hard. Like, you know, like when like I was trying to do my best to be a good friend and whatever, like, you know, making $5 per live. Like they're saying, you know, I'm making $500 per story.
Oh, well, I want to comment on that really quick.
Go ahead.
So I heard on one of their lives that you made between $300 and $500 every time there was an article. So when they say something on these channels, sometimes they say it as fact, as if it's 100% true. And, you know, I didn't know the answer to that. And I wanted to know the answer to that. So what I did was my own research. I started a little internet research and I started Googling people and TMZ and all stuff. And I found somebody I actually know that works for one of those magazines. And they told me that they absolutely do not pay. When they mention a blogger's name in an article, all you get is your name in an article. You don't get 10 cents for it. Not 10 cents.
Now, if I was possibly being interviewed, like if In Touch or Newsweek,
that's not the same thing as what I looked up.
People wanted to reach out to me and say, John, I want to interview you personally about what's going on.
Well, actually, John, even certain interviews you don't get paid for. It has to be a certain kind of interview. It has to be like a centerfold or a page or something printed. If they're going to interview with a couple of questions of a story you did, you're not getting paid for that.
You know, when you get mentioned in publication, it's an honor.
But they know that.
It's an honor. Like, you know that. And then maybe like people who are reading, you know, the publication will maybe like, you know, click on your channel or click the post and like you'll get a couple of followers off it. But it's more of an honor than anything else. It's like hosting Saturday Night Live or being like the halftime performer at the Super Bowl. Like, you know, the people who do the halftime shows get paid nothing. Did you guys know that? They get paid $0.
Some do, some don't though.
No, they all get paid nothing.
Really? I thought some get paid.
No, they get paid $1. It's like, you know, a networking type of thing. So if, you know, In Touch or, I mean, like, God, like, you know, if that was the case, and I mean, like, look at my highlight reel on my Instagram, you know.
Empress Heather said, I am a digital marketer and know that as a fact. So she does this for a living and is telling you that you do not get paid for it.
But let's make sense out of this. You're going to tell me because let's say Newsweek puts a and blogger John Yates posted this, and it's a screenshot of my post. You think they're paying me $500 for that?
Right,
when,
but
when it's public record?
You can laugh about that, John. Here's the thing. You can laugh and we can make a joke about it. But when you respect someone that you follow and they say something to be fact, you believe them. And there are several people that believe these things. And, you know, that's what goes wrong in this whole thing with YouTube, is that people say things as they are, as facts, when they're 100% not true, and it gets the ball rolling. Understand?
Yeah, I understand quite well. And
listen, I see what's going on with this whole situation with Paul. I am 100% sure, as I know my name, that most of these women know in their own minds and in their heart that he is crazy. And if this man wasn't going against you, and if they didn't have stake in the fact that he's going to go against you now, they wouldn't follow him into the sun. You know what I mean? But because it's an opportunity to go against you and to credit them, they're running with it. Everyone that has ever watched him on that show knows that he's not totally stable. And again, I've heard one of them
not totally
say,
stable, just not stable.
I've heard one of them say, well, he did take the kid, but the kid wasn't in danger. How do you know that? If a judge took his children away and took his parenting rights away, how do you know that that child wasn't in danger? They shouldn't be speaking on this. I'm not even comfortable speaking on it right now. And that's why this is all I'm going to say. But how could you sit there and talk about his parenting when his kids have been taken away and you know nothing about his parenting? You don't even know him. It's mind-blowing to me. All in an effort to make him seem great and you seem like shit. And that's the end game here. That's all. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, it's only showing like their true colors by allowing, you know, I mean, Paul and Karini have like, you know, have posted videos of them choking each other and abusing each other.
If a judge orders you to not leave state lines with your child and you do it, I mean, come on. And then this is and they're both their children have been taken away. You've seen what they are on the show. They've had nothing drama for the last 5 years, played out in front of America. And now he's a great guy that's misunderstood.
And just so we're clear, like Ethan
it.
got taken away from CPS took his kid from daycare to put Ethan into safety.
Regardless,
and Paul caught wind of that and took Pierre and went across state lines.
John, it doesn't matter.
It does.
A judge ordered them. A judge ordered them to be taken away. That is not something that happens lightly in our country.
Right.
A judge always wants a child with its mother. Always.
But Brooklyn, like, you know, I don't, you know, I know you kind of know this, but like, you know, I went through this as a child at the same age.
I know, but I feel like
the whole process. I had two parents that were like, you know, we know what happened to my mom. And, you know, I was the same age as they are. And I know what it's like to be bounced back and forth and do this and go through that.
Listen, I'm just repeating it. I know very well that you know it in and out of the system, but I'm just repeating it very well because I feel like it needs to be repeated at this very moment. That's all.
Repeat it again.
Well, another thing that I heard someone say was, well, you know, John doesn't understand. He says it happened to him, but he was with wealthy grandparents.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't.
And that's why. And that's another thing.
You know where I grew up after my mom killed herself? At my great-grandmother's senior citizen complex where I went to school from
just because John played
to fourth grade.
Grandmother
I
worked
lived
there
with a bunch of senior citizens. And I was lucky enough that my great-grandmother got me, okay, at that point in time. Lucky enough that my great-grandmother got my nanny.
But like you said, I know this already.
And I lived in a senior citizens complex in Elmont until I was from, I don't know, 7 to 10. And then when, my great grandmother, was getting older, she couldn't handle raising me. So I went to my grandmother after that. So I grew up with, and that's how I know. And listen, I'm not complaining about it. Like,
Well,
I
I
loved my
that
time
out
at my
there.
nanny's house. I at the age of 7, I could play every card game known to man, including bridge, pinochle, canasta,
That's-
you name it. But I didn't hang out with people my own age. I didn't ride bikes. I sat in front of in front of my,
In like the courtyard.
in the courtyard with, people who are like, between 60
Senior
and 90 years
I
old.
saw the place. I saw
Well,
the place.
so that's why I wanted to just clear that up, but I already knew that, but I felt like you should clear it up. One more thing. I have one question, and then I'm not going to talk about this any further. I have one question. With all this mess that went on, the whole craziness, either way you slice it, this man had a court date for Wednesday and didn't have a ticket to come to America and had no intention of coming, or else he would have said he missed a flight. So he was not making that court date, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
So that's all I want to say. Because
And
if you're the reason his mother can't see his kids, what's the reason he can't? If he had a court
wait,
date for his children.
But Brooklyn, he didn't want to come here to the States because he already has 2 warrants out for his arrest.
The
So
second he arrives here, he gets arrested.
He gets arrested automatically.
But
because
but
of
let
what
me
he's
let me
done.
talk. Let me talk. And that is a person, somebody who has 2 warrants, has had his children taken away. That is a person that they are all right now are playing out to be God, and so great because it goes against you in the public eye. And that's annoying to me.
Yeah, well, there's a lot
Like,
of
that
things
makes
that are
sense.
annoying to me with this.
That I just
Um,
say my piece.
and again, I have
that's all I want to
I have
say.
no complaints about living with having my nanny, my great grandmother, raise me. I
That's
wish
the-
she was still around. I wish I could still be
That's
with her
right.
right now.
That's right.
And
That
I had a different
That's the
childhood
best
than
years of
most.
your life.
I had a very different childhood than most. Most kids would grow up with kids riding bikes and, playing kickball and whatnot. My childhood, after my mom did what she did to herself and getting abused and this, that, and the other, was hanging out with old ladies and playing cards. And God, I was playing. We were betting when I was 6 years old. I was in my my great grandmother's senior citizen complex downstairs because her friend was Sissy. That was her name. Sissy.
How lucky were you that they took you?
And me and Sissy were playing. We were betting nickel and dime hands of 500 rummy, and I learned a lot from a lot of wise people growing up.
Right.
And
Love you, Heather.
and I wouldn't take it back for anything.
As much as you adored them, they adored you, and those were the best years of your life.
I say amen to that.
And you learn a lot more life lessons when you're 6 years old and 7 and 8 and 9. I mean, I was there from 6 years old to 10, like your formative years. And what I learned from these women who were between 60 and 100 years old, you can never learn. And that's why when I make comments, and I have a very old soul, because I still say things like, she's got more money than Carter's got pills. Like, remember that saying, Brooklyn? I'm sure your grandmother has said it. Right, Brooklyn?
Yep.
And watching all the old stuff, and that's why I pretty much I don't know, but I would never.
John, really quickly, Truly Loving Life is saying, answer me this: why are the advertisements coming on during the live?
Because that's how a monetized live works. I don't
I don't think she knows, and I don't think that she understood.
No, we get paid on YouTube for ads, even though I'm making $5 per ad. So if you're seeing an ad, it's like watching a TV show, right? Like, when you're watching network TV and you watch ads for
$5
like
per ad.
Pop-Tarts or whatnot,
Got
that's how that works.
Got it.
But once you come in, like, you shouldn't be watching ads while we're live.
She's saying she is.
During the live, well, YouTube
During-
just changed a whole lot of stuff.
And the other two people said they also see them during the live also.
But I'm sorry if that's happening.
Yeah, we have no control over that.
But again, this is how I make money. And
I just can't wait to actually meet up with Brooklyn again, so that way we can eat some
Thank
good
you,
old
sir.
seafood salad and have some broccoli rabe. Hey.
Sims, thank you so much. You understand exactly. You put it in a great way. I couldn't word it, but that's exactly right.
I'm gonna get me some broccoli rabe.
So like when I'm passionate about this, it's because I went through I had less than stellar parents, and
you had a great mom. Your dad.
My mom was sick, and I don't want to even talk about my dad. But I understand what it's like to be bounced around from place to place as a very young child. I get it.
Let's get off this.
So,
and that is why you get it, and that's why we brought it up, and that's it. I think it was important to mention. And most people in your chat know that I don't mention these things often. It's just when I have an opinion, I feel like it's okay to say it. Everybody else does.
yeah. And, it's just really sad that this is all getting turned on me now. Like,
Wow.
like I was,
Am I
Brooklyn, you want
surprised?
to tell me how you kept yelling at me saying that this was fake? And I was saying, no, it's right. Like, I believe him.
That was one of
Brooklyn has been
units.
telling me since, she goes, John, you're wasting your time. And she was right. Brooklyn was right, just like everybody else who's calling us out. And
I kept telling John too. I
mean,
said from the
John
beginning, I said this.
But I will
is
tell you,
fishy.
hold on. As much as I was texting him and I'm like, the math is not mathing. But he would say to me,
Exactly.
but what about Karini's post? Why is she saying he's gone? Like, why is they did something to him? And I'm like, I don't believe it. Like, you think? I don't even know what to believe.
And now the whole Karini thing is being pushed under the rug, and now I'm getting reported. And
so here's the thing with the comment that was on Instagram. I heard someone say today, well, it was probably someone that posts on her Instagram. Here's the thing. Unless you know that to be a fact, don't put that out in the universe.
well, why?
Exactly.
Well, if Karini got hacked,
hold on a second, please.
Okay,
hold
go
on.
ahead. Go.
Unless I know for 100% certainty that someone other than herself put it out there, then I'm not going to say that to 400 or 500 people that are going to be watching me talk. That is not okay to put something out there as if it's fact. Do you know whether or not she did it or someone did it for her? And by the way, even if someone did it for her, how did that person know he was missing?
Exactly.
Thank you.
Even if someone who quote unquote handles her account, how did they know he was missing? And why did they put the life insurance thing on there?
Right?
Yeah.
So do me a favor. When someone can answer that, it'll make a ton of sense. But until then, it just doesn't make any sense. That's all.
It never will make sense for people who are smart and can see through shit.
And why is nobody, all these people that are talking to him and interviewing him, why aren't they asking him what happened now that you never went to court? Like, were you coming for court? Like, did you have a ticket?
Why aren't they asking him, like, why did Karini post that you're missing and dead?
They did ask him that.
And what did he say?
He said it was most likely the person that takes care of her account, which then
no,
they told her the
Karini takes
fact.
care of her account herself. I approve
No,
of
well,
that.
there have been times that someone took care of it, a cousin or somebody, and that's what they're going. John, it doesn't matter. That's what they're going with. Do you understand?
But meanwhile, Karini is still living.
So
in
then
his
why didn't
house.
Karini clear it up? Why didn't Karini say,
Right?
listen, someone was taking care of my account or I was hacked? Like,
You know,
and
here's the thing. See that question you asked me? I can't answer that. I could be like everyone else and put like a comment out that makes people think it's true and say, "Oh, she's scared of him," but that would not be true because I don't know Karini and I don't know why she does what she does. And I'm not going to state something as a fact when I have actually no clue because that's what gets me so mad about everybody else.
the same Karini's cousin that was in the videos with Paul, who followed me last night on Instagram and was promoting their video, his and Paul's videos together.
Wait,
And you're going to tell me that Karini had nothing to do with this when the cousin is promoting it and saying, yes, please
Right.
follow the OnlyFans.
Again, I'll ask again. If it wasn't her
Wait.
and someone handled her account, then how did the person that handled her account know that he was missing? And why did they post about life insurance? That's all I want to know.
Well,
Same.
first of all, when your husband goes missing, the first thing you don't do is post your damn
Well, Cody,
insurance.
Cody, he's literally saying that he never went missing, that it was a misunderstanding. So if you never went missing, how did this person that handles the account know that you were missing?
So then why did his mother
Lot
keep
of
calling
questions,
us
right?
for a whole damn week, keeping us
Because
up
they're going to
for
spin it
almost
that you
24
called
fucking
her.
7
They're
every
spinning
single
it
damn time.
because they're spinning it that you called her and you pursued this.
We showed the logs.
But it doesn't
The
matter.
one.
No, it doesn't matter. You know that. You know it doesn't matter.
She's the one that kept this going.
I think we're clearing up a lot right now, to be
His
honest.
own damn mother kept doing this.
I think we're clearing up a lot right now. So
It's just really shitty for me to be pinned on this now, and people are
I do
writing,
not
publications are writing about like how
I will tell
I
you
was the one that started this whole poll hoax.
again, my opinion, I do not believe for 1 second that his mother was in on it at all. What I do believe, and this is just my belief and opinion, is that once it came out, he yelled at her, he crucified her, he scared her. I believe the woman is used to being in issues and turmoil with Paul. I believe that gets very nervous. I believe that she gets upset very easily. I believe she's much like Paul. And
She
I
is.
believe that apples don't fall far. And I believe that she has a lot of issues herself, and her son will scare the crap out of her. And I heard him yelling at her in that thing that you sent us, showed, and the text messages of how he was yelling at her and berating her. But they're not going to bring that up, and no one's going to talk about that. So that's why there's no point in trying to fight your point.
Well, let me just say something. How I see it.
They're
Thank
all
you.
crazy.
You know, when I got the phone call from Paul's mom from Jump, like Thursday night 2 weeks ago. And she said, "Hey, John," and I said, "Hi," and she goes, "It's Paul's mom." I go, "Oh, how did she know it was my number?" But I didn't think about it at that point in time because I was like, okay, I was worried about him.
I'm sure she has I'm sure your number.
No, I never spoke
You've
to
never
her
talked to her
directly.
before.
No, I only spoke to her when I was with Paul.
It is weird, but I just don't believe for 1 second she was in on anything. I don't.
Well, let me put something out there, and then y'all can chew on this if you want. I feel now that Paul had Karini post that he was missing, right? And then when nobody posted about it and no one cared, Paul told her to amp it up and make that post saying that he was dead and his children will always love him. Right.
Endangered.
And then that's when it got in my eye because when Karini originally posted, I mean, I got a million messages about John posts about Paul being missing. I'm like, nah, it's another son. But when and I know how Paul works, which I'll be posting all this stuff on my Patreon now, which I haven't set up yet. So it'll be coming, and you'll see everything, all of it. I promise you. Then I can see Paul sending stuff to his mother to say, "Hey, look, I'm missing and go with this. And here's my location. But Paul's mom told me several times over the course of like those days that Karine kept telling Paul's mom that Paul knows how to mask a ping and Paul knows, and that's why Karine wasn't worried. And I was the one kept saying to Paul's mom, I go, your son is missing. I go, you have to do something. Why aren't you caring? Like I was right or wrong, Cody. I
But
kept
you also
screaming at
have
her.
to-
I
You
said,
kept
this is
saying,
your
you're
son.
like, well,
I said,
what's
why am
going
I
on?
doing all the
And
work
she-
here to find
she
your
kept
missing
saying,
son?
Well, I don't know how to do all of this. I don't know how to do all
But
this.
we
what
found
you're
that Edna
saying-
knows how to do a lot.
Yes.
John,
we're the ones that
but you
found,
have
like,
to
the
understand,
number and every
words
fucking
you're
email
saying,
because
Cody, hold on.
Paul's in there
The
and
words-
everything
Wait,
for her.
Brooklyn. Wait, hold on, Cody. What are you saying,
the
Brooklyn?
words you're saying right now are going to be spun so bad because
What else is
said-
new? What else
when
is
you
new?
just said, I'm telling her, aren't you worried about looking for your son? That's going to be used at, you see, he started
Because
the whole
I was
thing.
like, I'm like, why are? And she says, well, this Issa girl is looking for him. I'm like, so
He was
you're
going to
laying
hotel to
your whole.
hotel.
Here's my explanation, because she kept telling me, well, Issa's looking for him. I go, and then she told me she just turned 18. I go, so you're laying this whole investigation about your missing son with this weird Amazonian woman
forget-
that no one's ever heard from.
Don't
And
forget,
John kept
she had
saying, I
Karine
don't
in her
trust her.
ear.
He's only
She had-
18.
So yeah, I told her, I said, like, you know, and I have Juliana and Larissa and Carmen translating, calling places, doing this, that, and the other. Me and Cody are calling the hotel, getting international phone charges on our phone.
Yes.
Like, you know,
Yes.
paying money through the teeth to call Brazil. Because I don't call like other countries, so I don't know what that's like and whatever. And I said to her, I said,
getting involved.
how are you letting this, you know? And then I was doing the updates and whatnot, and you know, I'm like, you need to call the authorities. I'm like, and I felt stupid telling some mother that she needs to call the police about her missing son. I felt stupid saying that, but I'm like, you have to do it. So I felt that she only did that because I put the pressure on her to call these places. And so now her excuse is, well, look, I called. But she knew at some point, like, you know, if you're wasting my time with this, and I took a lot of time with this, making no money from it. I wasn't making $500 per article or $200 per article. And I showed you my
John.
my YouTube studio where I was making $5 per live. So really, I had
Right.
no, like, this wasn't me trying to make money off of this. It was
Right.
me trying to
Right.
find somebody who I cared about. Go ahead,
Right.
Cody.
Remember also when you were on the phone, which I have, and she goes, oh, well, I just got a call back from the embassy and that they're searching for my son. Oh, this and this and this. And then she called us back 7 minutes later. I have it on it. 7 minutes later, and said, oh, well, now they found him. He's got in contact with everybody. Like, I don't know what I should do. Should I call off the search for him? Or
Yeah.
should I just leave it alone?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Good point,
And
Cody.
You said, well, I don't know. That's up to you. That's your son. I'll play that motherfucker right goddamn now. I don't give a fuck.
Like, and it's wild.
She didn't know if to either like to keep the search going.
And I said,
or
why
to
am
call
I
it off
calling the
because
shots
they
for
found
your
him.
missing son?
Because,
Why?
like I said before, this is the kind of, she's obviously a nervous woman. She's obviously been dealing with Paul for years. I think there are repercussions when you upset Paul. I think that he gets her very nervous. He gets her very uptight. He shakes her up, John. Don't you see that?
And why has Paul's dad been silent?
Exactly.
Well,
Where's Paul's dad?
I
in
don't know
all of
how that
this?
thing. I can't speak on a family I don't know. I can only speak
Well,
on
I can.
I've seen unfold.
And where's his dad?
I don't know.
You know, I went above and beyond. I'm sorry.
Because his
Like,
mom went psycho crazy.
me and
too.
Cody were even fighting about it, like, you know,
We
saying,
fought for 2 days.
you know, because Cody's like, you know, Paul, this is bullshit. And I was like,
didn't
no,
believe me.
I didn't.
said
I
it was
didn't
bullshit.
believe.
I
Brooklyn said it was
From
bullshit.
the fucking beginning.
Carmen said it was bullshit. 99% of the people on social
He
media
didn't
thought it
believe
was
me.
bullshit. And I'm saying no, you know, especially after the whole Josh thing. And I was like, there's no way Paul
John
would
wanted
fake
to
a death
cover his friend.
after. And
His
now
friend.
the egg's on my face, right? So
What's going to be said and what is being said is that you jumped on an opportunity. Well, the picture that's being painted.
an opportunity for what?
Hold on. You let me finish. That you jumped on an opportunity to get subs, to make money, to
I
get your
don't
name out
care.
there. And
Oh,
here's
make
the
money
thing.
Off of what?
And here's the thing. You're not going to turn that narrative around if you sit on your head. People are going to believe what they want, but I know as someone who is only talking to you off live and behind the scenes, you kept saying to me, here's the thing, Brooklyn, he wouldn't do it, I don't think, after the Josh Cedar thing. That was a big thing with you, John.
It was a
Kept saying
giant
to
thing.
me- You kept saying to me, I just know better. He wouldn't do this and fake it after a day after Josh Cedar.
Exactly.
Like, you told me Paul's not stupid. He's calculated. And that was that big piece that kept you thinking he was in trouble. But they're not going to believe that. And that's okay.
And his mother posted.
I mean,
and said,
I can post our text together, just to show, like, you know, how fully I believed it. You know, and let's not forget that
everybody
Karini.
believed it.
Let's
What
not
about
forget that
Angela?
Karini was dating Josh.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Weren't they engaged?
They were.
But I'll say this one more time. If God forbid I do go missing, I would like you on the case.
Well, I would be happy.
you are thorough AF.
I don't want to be happy to do
I
it,
hope
but
you
we
never
will be
go
there
missing,
on
but
your
if
case.
you
Yes.
do, like, you know,
You were
I will
thorough
go.
AF.
We'll be there.
Even Angela told me that. She, you know, she called me. She goes, Johnny, she goes, if I'm ever in Nigeria and I go missing and I'm in trouble, I'm
She goes,
telling the world
you
to
and
look.
Cody will
That's
be
right.
on top of this shit, and yes, we will.
And I only did
Yep.
that because I cared,
yeah, that's
you know,
why.
like, and I didn't realize like the resources I had until like I
Right.
had like, you know what I mean? Like,
dig them
I
out,
didn't
yeah.
realize like that, like I could actually find stuff out. And like, I guess I went too hard because I cared about this person and his mom and whatever. And
you found him.
I went,
You found
you
him
know,
on
I was
vacation.
doing everything I can, not sleeping. They will make fun of me. Oh, John, no one told John to not sleep, and no one told John to do this. But like, I was, you saw me.
So
Like,
listen,
I
at this point, they're never gonna not say these things. It's not possible. It's just not gonna happen. They all have their own narrative to spew, and they all have a reason for getting, you know, their narrative out there. And you're not gonna change that. That's never gonna happen. But to take it a step further and now say, you know, I heard Paul in the interview saying that, you know, he called your police department and they're putting a case against you, and the detective said we're listening to his live right now, and Paul heard it in the background, and they said we're trying to get a case on him to shut him down, blah blah blah,
Well,
that
you
you're a
know what?
problem for
Then-
them.
the thing is, Brooklyn, is that then Paul should also include Larissa and Juliana and Carmen and Angela. And Angela went above and beyond and
Well,
hired.
they helped you, but-
Angela hired a
A psychic.
world-renowned psychic.
well, see, here's the deal. They might have all helped you, but you were the one that was giving out all this information. And Paul
And he
never,
reached
if
out
I
to
could
everybody,
bet, in
and
my
everybody
opinion,
else was just spider webs.
in my
trying to help.
opinion, he never in a million years, when he put this together in his head, he never in a million years thought
No, he was
that
like,
you
"That's
were
fine."
going to do the deep dive that you did. And that is what ruined his plan. And that is why we're in this position today.
Agreed.
He ever bet that you were going to really try and find him and let people know what was going on. He just never thought that. And that's the bottom line. And now these people, I guarantee you, if I was alone with half these women and they didn't know me from here, if I was one of their friends and I said to them, do you really like this Paul guy? They would probably say to me, no, he's crazy. He's a whack job. But because this situation is what it is, they're going to say that he's not a bad guy. He's a decent guy. He might be a little crazy, but he's a good person. And, this is all John. This is all John. Can you imagine someone saying, well, yeah, he went across state lines with his kid, but, and yeah, the judge took them away. And yeah, he broke the law, but I'm sure they were safe.
He kidnapped
Hold on.
child.
But I'm sure they were safe. The kid was never in harm, right? Yeah, the kid was never in harm.
No.
How do you women sit there and say that?
Are you sure about that? Because let me tell you something. Right after that happened, we met We met Paul in Virginia Beach. Right after that happened, and his car was filled with trash. I mean, what kind of car do you have, Cody?
Chevy Traverse.
A Chevy
Traverse.
A Chevy Traverse, which is like a big giant SUV. And when I tell you I got into that car, and if you want to, Monica and me did a live about this, a year ago or whatever. And Monica had even mentioned it, all about the team Monica. When I got into that car, there was refuse from the bottom when you walk into to the ceiling. Like Oscar the Grouch lived there.
That's disgusting, but it doesn't.
And that's the same car that he was having.
But don't say anymore, John. Don't even say anymore.
No, well, that's the truth.
My point is, don't even mention that again. But the point is this: for two women who have no idea what happened that day, who weren't in that car, who didn't see that car, and have no idea what kind of parents they are, much like I'm doing, shouldn't say anything, because you don't know. You can't sit there and tell the people that follow you, oh, he wasn't in any harm. They weren't. You don't know that to be true. You can't say things when you don't know. I'm not going to ever sit here and talk about the details of someone's life I don't know. I'm just saying my opinion about the situation.
And now they're saying
I've
but
already
Brooklyn
said before that when we were there in Virginia Beach, when he came in, I said it before. He came in obviously to our hotel room. John and him, they went out and whatever. I said, I'm not going.
Wait, I have a picture of the car. Oh wait, I have a picture of the car. I forgot it, but I took a picture of it. I forgot. God, Cody, sorry.
He wanted to go out with Paul. I said, okay, y'all go, because no, I'm gonna sit here whatever. We just got the kitten, and I'm just gonna stay here with the kitten and whatever. And Paul came back. He stole all the toilet paper. He stole the towels. He stole the damn fucking soda. He stole the fucking pizza and the chicken wings that I ordered for dinner. And he stole every damn thing.
Oh, listen.
And not even just the soda.
That's the truth.
He stole also John's freaking cold soda with the ice in it. He stole his soda, his fountain soda also.
Okay, babe. Go ahead, Brooklyn.
We've all seen for, again, 5-6 years, we've all been watching the same show. We've all seen what a mess. I mean, the condom in the water, the running in Brazil. He's almost a funny guy with how crazy he is on TV, but we've all seen it. The whole world has seen it. It doesn't even need to be said.
Needs to be arrested.
Well, I'm not commenting on that. All I'm saying is
I am.
At hand.
When were we in Virginia? What was the month and year? It was 2022.
I don't know.
July 2022. Hold on. I'm going to show you the picture. I'm not lying.
Ask Angela.
July 2022.
I just think that when people get on these lives, and even you, John, less is more.
He even asked, he goes, Oh, I just hit
Oh
a red
wow.
Honda Accord. Maybe you should unlock it. And I was like, wait, I'm the only red Honda Accord. I have a Honda Accord coupe, obviously.
I just saw a
Everybody knows
bunch
that.
of screenshots
He
Paul
goes,
sent me
maybe you
about
should unlock
careening.
it to make sure there's no damage. I said,
John,
no, there's no
Okay,
damage.
so I have a screenshot right here, July
Yeah,
5th,
that's
2022.
yourself, John.
Well, no, I'm going to say it out loud.
That's your problem. You say too much out loud, my love.
Well, listen, they're trying to take
something
away my.
Right, but in case something comes of it,
Look,
listen.
Cody.
I care about you. I want you to hear me right now. In case something comes of this, you need to have things that are not out there in the world that can be
I'm not
combated.
going to toast it. I'm texting this to you right now.
Yeah,
To me, yes. To every, the world, no.
Look at this.
Send it to Brooklyn. Don't show that.
Right.
Shit.
Some things need to
Send
be
it to
kept
Brooklyn.
private
Look at
right
this right now. Oh, no, I'm going to keep this up my sleeve. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Wow.
Yeah. And am I wrong or right?
I didn't even know about that one. Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you guys, I don't want him ever to say what he just showed me. I want him to hold on to it in case anything gets bad from this situation. But with that being said, that's a very bad picture.
And could you understand why they don't have their kids now?
John, sweetheart, I could understand before you sent me that picture.
And,
Conversation.
and Paul knows that my mom killed herself. And for him to send me this, like he's very manipulative.
Of course.
And because my mom took a bottle of Valium and killed herself with it. And like he knows that because we spoke about that in detail. And then he sends me this picture and he's screenshotting. Well,
Enough. Everybody gets everyone that's here right now gets exactly the point of this conversation. Some things you need to keep.
and I had no idea.
Slander
I did at that point, but I forgot
ways.
about it. And
John,
just to see that just now.
Slander works both ways.
Exactly.
So let's just keep some things to yourself in case you need them later on.
Yep. Don't put.
And I'll tell you guys, John has a lot of stuff. They were friends for 5 years. He's got a lot of stuff. Paul is opening a can of worms that he needs to close.
You know that I got a basketball.
And Brooklyn, if I had sent that picture to like the Kentucky courts, what do you think would happen?
I think that's not something you should do at all. Only time.
Do you think that this woman needs to be in charge of children?
That's not for you to judge or me to judge.
Well, it is for me to judge.
The only time that you would show that picture to anyone is if this goes further and you had no choice but to show it to an authority figure. But no one else needs to see it at all. And you would let a judge decide that. If you know what I mean.
Oh my God.
But I'm glad we got this out. I feel like everybody heard loud and clear the point of this conversation. I'm very glad we spoke. And I think that from going here forward, I care about you guys. And I want you to just.
But don't you think
hardest.
that, like, what's being said about me, I shouldn't like reply because like
Well,
I'm getting smeared on every social.
So here's the thing,
I
John.
lost my Instagram account, right? Like because I tried to show the proof about what's going on with Paul.
Because you have to stop doing that. Because here's the thing. You replied at that quick live at 8 o'clock, and we just spent an hour replying right now. More than this, you can't do because you need to hold your cards close to you. So you replied before, we replied just now, and after this, there's no more replying because when you start getting ahead of yourself and you start saying too much and doing too much, that's going to work the opposite way. They're going to say, see, he's harassing him. You see, he's posting things. You see.
Fine. No, I hear you. I'm good. I'm okay with that. Fine.
You get where I'm coming from with that?
Yeah, no, I understand.
So sometimes you got to keep things to your chest. for when you really need them. Because if you put all your cards out, you ain't got shit to play.
Yeah, keep it until you need.
That's it. Done. You've responded tonight
Look at him.
perfectly. Perfectly. Especially with this conversation. Not bashing anyone,
It's
not cursing anyone, not even mentioning names. Except, of course, Paul. But other than that, that's it.
Oh, I did. Put my
For
phone.
right now, that suffice.
Okay.
Right? I think everybody in the chat gets the picture. They're all agreeing with me. I think you know what's up.
You can't show your cards.
That's it. It's not the right time. You
No.
see where this goes. You
hold
show
your-
everything now, and if
You
something
need playing,
happens, you're
then
done.
when you
You ain't
start
got nothing
again.
left.
No, you're right.
It's just like gambling.
So
You're always
Brooklyn
right.
knows and everything.
the
so.
more you show,
That's why I keep Brooklyn around, because she always
The-
checks me.
that's it. And the more you show now, the better he looks. The more you show now, the better he looks. Unfortunately,
That's
because
our
that's
girl.
how this twisted world works.
But is that picture not fucked up on every
Oh,
level?
it's beyond.
And why is he sending that to me? Why? Can you speculate on
Because
that?
he's not mentally stable.
Can you speculate on why he
because he's
sent me that picture of
crazy.
his wife? Can you speculate on that?
He's
I think
crazy.
anybody who has watched 90 Day Fiance in the last 5 years can speculate on why he sent you that picture. Put
No,
it
you're
this
right,
way.
Anonymous. Play chess,
it
not
this way.
checkers. You're right.
What
You're right.
I
Everyone's right. Everyone's
Thank
right.
you, Anonymous.
And
Thank
listen,
you.
that's why I keep Brooklyn around, because she's like, I probably listen to her the most.
Don't say it like
And no, I'm not.
that.
That's
It's
okay,
not.
Cody,
It's
I
not an
understand.
insult.
I get it.
Why-
Not at all. Not at all.
That's not true. No.
It's actually a
We're around
compliment.
because we love
And I love her. And we've met, and
Likewise.
we've hung out, and we know,
Well, I think that he knows that I have no dogs in this fight. I only have his best interest. That's it. I have nothing else to gain but his best interest. That's it. But I love that post, Anonymous. I love it. So listen, I'm going to tell you guys right now.
Susie Q wants to know if I could. I should not text that to anybody else, right, Brooklyn?
Susie Q, I think right now, I love you, Susie, but I think right now he should just hold on to it. So here's the thing, guys, and I know it already, and I'm okay with it. John knows it's very random that something bothers me so much that I have to retaliate or anything. But I'm telling you right now, there's going to be at least 3 lives mad at me tomorrow for saying how I felt. And
Listen,
guess what?
and
you
it's not
guys,
even John's fault. It's actually.
and I promise you guys, don't answer. They could say whatever they want about me. It's okay. It does not bother me. And John knows it. Sometimes I laugh. Sometimes I watch it. Sometimes I don't. Please don't respond. Don't defend me. Don't say anything. Just let it be. Let him talk.
There's a lot of stuff that like John does and like whatever. And I am to blame for a lot of that stuff because I try to keep my husband like under control, just like he does the same to me.
Yeah.
So it's vice versa. So if there's something
We're a married
that,
couple, so that's what married couples do.
see that he won't even stop talking.
Oh
see?
Jesus! Okay, go ahead.
And keep going. Yeah, keep going. And
You can't take a comment when I give you one.
Good Lord,
So-
will you stop? And as you guys know, so a lot of times, like if he don't post something, or if this or that or whatever, this and upside down, then it's a lot my fault because I try to keep everything under control here in our household.
Yes, you do.
So it's not just John doing this, John doing that, John doing this, and John posted that. Like, no, it's
And that's
I'm
your job.
trying
You're
to hold
a good husband.
control of our house.
You're a good
So,
husband, and that you're behind the
Thank
scenes
you,
trying
sweetheart.
to take care of shit, babe. That's what you're doing.
That's all I can do.
That's right.
That's all I can do.
And it's very hard when you have that urge to defend yourself and to defend what's right. and to get on there and be like, are you kidding me? And to tell them what really happened. But see, it's not going down that way. He's been doing that for years and the outcome doesn't change. So sometimes you got to change the game.
My IG, like, I don't know if it's gone forever. I guess it's gone for now. Like, I deactivated it, but then I guess it's also gone at the same time. So I don't care, honestly. Like, if this was like, 5 years ago, honestly,
It would be life.
I would be like crying and bitching about it and like, 100,000 followers. I don't care anymore. I don't.
Don't you have another one? Don't you have a
I
backup?
do. I have the backup one.
Okay, good.
Which was verified like through Instagram without having to pay for it. So I'm good. And Instagram you can't, I was trying to post the proof of Paul being a degenerate last night, and the whole team reported me to Phil, so I don't even care. Like, I make no money from Instagram.
Right.
So
Instagram is just a way to get people to come to see your story on YouTube.
yeah, and I was stupid enough to post things on Instagram, and I'll make money off of it. So I don't care, honestly. If it's really gone, then I don't care. I don't.
Spilt milk. Oh, Maria, he's coming. We're all going.
I had to figure out how to set up the Patreon.
If Paul's out there on those islands, well, then how come you ain't out there like putting your poll in somebody else and everything else and posting about that? Paul is just gross. I'm sorry.
Look at Georgie eating a whole hamburger.
He is just gross. He's a wanted.
I'm looking through all my old photos
He's
now.
a wanted fugitive.
And when we first got Georgie, he ate a whole Wendy's Junior hamburger by himself.
Damn.
He was
I'm
really
calling the cops.
hungry.
You're not feeding your cats appropriately.
Make sure you call them all.
For sure. And I'm also going to bed, and I love you all.
I love you all too. And Brooklyn, thank you for being, and Wicked
Of
for
course.
coming up and whatever.
Brooklyn and Wakeland, we love you all.
Love you too, and we
obviously.
will be on here
And
again.
I'm still waiting for that damn date so that way we can get some seafood salad and broccoli
You
broth.
tell me the night, and I'll pick a new restaurant. I have
As
plenty
long
of
as they have that, I'll be there.
You got
All
it,
right,
guys.
good night, everybody. Thank you for being
Bye.
live with us for almost 3 hours. It's after 12. Everyone have a great
Good.
night, and I'll see you next time we see you. Bye,
Good night.
everybody.